Good evening and welcome to Big Z Sports presentation of high school football playoffs. Tonight, Mac and Turf Realty, Kent State University at Tuscarawas, TMK Valley Propane, First Federal Community Bank, and Kemp Insurance present the Claymont Mustangs versus the Liberty Leopards in this Division 5 Region 17 matchup, live from Youngstown. Tonight's game is also brought to you by your local Subway restaurants, Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, Williams Flooring, Michael's Restaurant, Dover Brake, Wrightmark Roofing, McDonald's, Willendale Golf Carts, Kime, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, Wendy's, Newtown Mall, and VFW Post 1445. Now let's head to the Republic State Mortgage mobile studio for the best coverage of high school football playoffs with Big Z Sports.
Good Friday evening. Welcome to Big Z Sports and WJER's continuing coverage of the 2025 high school football season. But this time around in Week 11, it's the playoffs as the Claymont Mustangs, for the first time in over 3 decades, do battle with Liberty just outside of Youngstown. And Josh, when it's been a while, and it has been a while since Claymont's been to the postseason, what's maybe going through the mind of Buddy White and his troops?
Well, Buddy has wanted to get here. He said that 2 years ago when he got there, and he was very adamant. We're going to work hard. We're going to do what we need to do. We're going to make those playoffs. It's very exciting for the city of Yorksville, Claymont School District, for them to be able to be in the playoffs for the first time in such a long time. But again, you're a little bit nervous. This is new territory. You're not sure kind of what to expect. It's week 11. You've already been through 10 weeks. But certainly they're excited, and you can expect them to come out all fired up because they haven't been here in a very long time. But after that excitement settles down, you got to settle down. It is the playoffs. It is something to be excited about. But the team that can normalize and get to their normal game plan is usually the team that's most successful. So it'll be interesting to see. Certainly there's going to be some excitement, but you really want to see them settle down and just get to their game.
Coming up, more on the high school football pregame show. Tonight's football forecast is brought to you by First Federal Community Bank. Right now, we've got cloudy skies. Game time temperature at kickoff here in just a bit, expected to be near 46 degrees. We've given you the football forecast. Now forecast your financial future with First Federal Community Bank, investing in all of our communities since 1898, member FDIC. You're listening and watching with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
At First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community isn't just a slogan. It's how we do business each and every day. I'm Corey Parker, mobile mortgage lender, and our goal is to empower your financial well-being and build a lasting relationship with you, your family, and your business. We're here to assist you every step of the way, from checking and savings accounts to mortgages and commercial loans.
Learn more about First Federal Community Bank at firstfed.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 1810696.
Family owned and operated for more than 50 years, Dover Brake specializes in sales and service of everything involving automotive and heavy-duty brakes, along with a vast selection of truck parts and accessories. They also offer alignment, custom U-bolt bending, industrial sandblasting, bonding, and more. And now, you can find the parts you're searching for with a complete in-store inventory updated regularly at DoverBrakeInc.com. Safely shop and pay online and have your purchase delivered, or pick it up at Dover Brake, Route 250 in Strasburg, online at DoverBrakeInc.com.
We love our pets, accidents and messes included, and Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love them even more with protection from everyday messes and odors. Shaw Pet Perfect Flooring from Williams Floor Covering features built-in protection from stains, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect, designed for you, perfect for your pet. Right now, save $2 a yard on Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect styles only at Williams Floor Covering, 122 South Worcester Avenue by the bridge in Dover.
When it comes to one of the most important transactions of your life, you need a team that understands you. Republic State Mortgage. Proudly supporting our local community, Republic State Mortgage specializes in FHA, VA, USDA, and conventional loans to help you find your way home. Call 330-339-4335 today. Republic State Mortgage, 1234 4th Street Southwest in New Philadelphia. Building relationships one home at a time.
NMLS number 211540, NMLS ID 62411, an equal housing lender.
lender.
Hungry for something fresh? Your local Subway restaurants are serving up exactly what you crave. Made-to-order sandwiches, wraps, and salads piled high with your favorite fresh ingredients. Whether you're fueling up for the big game or grabbing dinner on the go, Subway has the flavor you love and the choices you want. So stop in today and taste the difference at Subway. Subway, eat fresh. Proud sponsor of tonight's Player of the Game.
Everyone will be talking about tonight's Quaker football game at Michael's Restaurant tomorrow morning. Stop into Michael's for a homemade breakfast and recap tonight's game with your fellow Quaker fans. The eggs and home fries are fresh, the coffee is endless, the hot cakes are stacked high, and Quakers young and old will be reliving tonight's game. Stop in for a bite and show your Quaker pride. Michael's Restaurant is open 7 a.m. till 1 p.m. tomorrow at 134 East High Avenue in downtown Philly. Locally owned and operated by proud Quaker alum Doug McCahill. Go Quakers!
At Dover Philly Heating and Cooling in downtown Dover, they know the best advertising is a satisfied customer. That's why they guarantee customer satisfaction with every job. Check out DoverPhillyHVAC.com to read real reviews from real customers who were really satisfied.
This is Jim Moser. As the only designated trained comfort specialist in Tuscarawas County, my team and I will provide honest and knowledgeable service to keep your family comfortable year-round.
If you need service or a new system, call Dover Philly Heating and Cooling at 330-343-5511.
High school football action with Big Z Sports and WJER, the sports voice of the Valley, about 1/2 hour away from kickoff in the Division V opening round of the postseason between the Claymont Mustangs and the Leopards from Liberty. I'm Bill Morgan along with Josh Jarvis, Ryan Hollywood McClellan reporting from the sidelines. And when we look at this Liberty team, Josh, they're kind of a two-headed monster in the backfield. A couple of guys that can really run the football.
Yeah, they certainly are. They have DeJuan Moody, who has 1,241 yards, and also, that's not the only one. They have Dion Tutwiler, who actually has 1,055 yards. So you got two running backs that have rushed for 2,000 yards this year. That's a dangerous combination.
Now, having said that, if you're Buddy White and you're scheming defense this week, do you just put 8 or 9 guys up in the box and force them to run the football? What do you think Coach White's perspective is in that part of the attack?
Well, I mean, if it were me and you've asked me this question all year long, and I've been wrong half the time, probably more than that, but you certainly want to make them put the ball in the air. If you're looking at their passing yards, their starting quarterback, who is also one of their leading rushers, has only thrown for 490 yards this season. So I would say pack the box. Force them to throw the football to make them beat you. And if you can able to minimize that run or kind of stop that run and get them to an opportunity where it's 3rd and long, because usually when you got a running team, they're going to end up with 3rd and short, and they're going to run the football because they're going to take 2 downs to get it there. But if you can force the quarterback to actually have to throw the football, I think that would be the best scenario for Claymont.
Coming up after the game tonight, Josh, along with Ryan and I, will name a Subway Player of the Game. Thanks so much to the Fitzgerald family-owned Subway Restaurants for sponsoring our High School Football Player of the Game award all throughout the high school football season. Subway, eat fresh. Coming up, we'll talk Claymont Mustang football and what a spectacular 2025 campaign Buddy White and company have had so far. That's when the pregame show rolls on with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
Whether you're looking for a little extra income on the side or an exciting full-time career with endless potential for advancement, our local McDonald's has an opportunity for you. Flexible schedules, competitive pay, fun perks, and a supportive team environment are all part of the package. A job at McDonald's is one of a kind, just like you. Wherever you are in life, you can find a meaningful career at McDonald's, and it comes with a side of whatever makes you happy. Apply online at mcdonalds.com today.
Begin your transformational experience at Kent State University at Tuscarawas, where you will feel a sense of purpose, community, and belonging. Create your own path and choose from 30 bachelor's, associate, and certificate programs. Kent State Tuscarawas is home to 8 USCAA Division II men's and women's athletic teams, 19 active student clubs and organizations, and a community dedicated to helping you succeed in achieving your educational goals. Stay close to home and spend less at Kent State Tuscarawas Tuscarawas. You belong here.
All the way with service with a personal touch.
Without a sense of caring, there can be no sense of community. We work hard to create service that fits your lifestyle, offering budget billing, scheduled deliveries, or prepaid programs. Call us today. Find out how we can serve you.
All the way with TMK. Service with a personal touch.
The Claymont Mustangs and the Liberty Leopards clashing tonight just outside of the city of Youngstown in Liberty Township. The Division 5 opening round of the playoffs. I'm Bill Morgan along with Josh Jarvis. We talk about this Claymont football team. Obviously, some schools would say 6 wins. That's not our greatest season, but that's the best campaign that the Mustangs have had in quite some time. And boy, Coach White would love to build on it further. Josh with an opening round playoff win.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you say they have 4 losses on the season, those losses are not against slouch teams. They've lost all 4 of their losses have been to playoff teams, 8-2, 7-2, 8-2, 9-0. That's Smithville, Garraway, Ridgewood, Indian Valley. So it's not like they've dropped the ball and lost to teams that aren't any good throughout the season. They've lost to some really good football teams, and they are a really good 6-4 football team.
Let's flip it to the opposite sideline in terms of Liberty. What does their season look like? What are some of their losses like?
Very similar. Liberty's 8-2, and the only 2 losses they've had, they've lost 2 games by a total of 7 points. So they're very close to being 10-0. Both of those teams also 1 loss to Garfield, 1 loss to Crestview. Garfield was 8-2 on the season. Crestview's 10-0 on the season. So their only 2 losses are against playoff teams. So pretty comparable when you look at those 2 teams. You could say, Claymont lost 4, but really they lost to some very powerful playoff teams. So I would say this matchup's pretty even tonight.
And Josh, when you look inside Claymont's conference, the IVC, a lot of teams in the postseason. Claymont is, of course, there. And we've got 2 of those IVC teams going against one another tonight with Newcomerstown and Ridgewood and Garraway playing at home up on the hill in the creek.
Yeah, actually, Newcomerstown ended up ahead of Ridgewood. They were the 8th seed in Region 23. Ridgewood, the 9th seed. So Newcomerstown will be hosting that game. And guess what? Claymont did beat Newcomerstown this year. They beat them by 14 points this season. So even though they lost to Ridgewood, Newcomerstown finished higher, but Claymont did knock them off.
Right now, we are going to check in down on the field with our sideline reporter, Ryan Hollywood McClellan, to give us a little view from his perspective on the game.
Let's make this contest great by remembering to respect the game.
Hey guys, we're in playoff football. We're in week 12 here. Or week 11, excuse me, I'm jumping ahead already. This is a beautiful night for high school football. Claymont especially, getting into the postseason. It's been 30-plus years. They brought a school bus of kids here tonight. They're ready to pack the crowd tonight. I was talking with some of the players, and you could just hear the excitement of these players being able to play for the school in the postseason. It doesn't get better than this. You almost play with a little bit more of a grit. And talking with Coach White there, pregame, you could hear the excitement in his voice, trying to get his kids pumped up to remember this. This is memories that they're going to share with their friends for years to come. So the Claymont Mustangs are coming in tonight, ready for a fight, and they're going to give it all tonight, guys.
The Mustangs doing battle with Liberty in tonight's matchup. And Josh, we mentioned the First Federal Bank football forecast earlier on. Well, with Ryan being down on the field, you can hear one of the things that's going to affect tonight's game, and that's the wind down there.
Yeah, actually, as I left my vehicle in the parking lot, I was pretty amazed at how windy it was up here. The wind is swirling around through here, so that's certainly going to affect the game. You wonder if it's going to affect Claymont a little bit more. They've thrown the ball quite a bit more than Liberty Leopards have. However, it's going to work against both teams. It's pretty chilly down there. It's pretty windy, but that's what you would expect in a playoff game here in Week 11.
Our high school football coverage, live streaming video, being brought to you by great sponsors all across Tuscarawas County, especially the great folks at Old Warehouse Ceramics in Uricksville. Also, Mustang Trucking, helping to make this possible with Big Z Sports and WJER, also DJ's Welding and Construction, and Stepping Stone Crafts, and more. And although I realize that the vast majority of people watching, listening tonight may not be real familiar with the business side, and you perhaps honestly don't care. But without Josh, these great sponsors, this doesn't happen.
No, this doesn't happen at all. They've been faithful. They're huge supporters of football in Ohio, especially in Tuscarawas County. It's amazing that we have so many organizations that want to bring these games to you. And certainly that wasn't a thing whenever I was back in school playing football. I wish I still had some of those things. I go back and look on YouTube. So it's phenomenal. We cannot thank our sponsors enough for doing that.
Coming up as the pregame show rolling closer and closer towards kickoff, we'll talk with Josh about his previous role when he was an assistant coach in football and maybe some of the challenges coaches on both sidelines are facing tonight. That's when the pregame show does roll on with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
When it comes to one of the most important transactions of your life, you need a team that understands you. Republic State Mortgage. Proudly supporting our local community, Republic State Mortgage specializes in FHA, VA, USDA, and conventional loans to help you find your way home. Call 330-339-4335 today. Republic State Mortgage, 1234 4th Street Southwest in New Philadelphia. Building relationships one home at a time.
NMLS number 211540. NMLS ID 62411. An equal housing lender.
At First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community isn't just a slogan. It's how we do business each and every day. I'm Corey Parker, mobile mortgage lender, and our goal is to empower your financial well-being and build a lasting relationship with you, your family, and your business. We're here to assist you every step of the way, from checking and savings accounts to mortgages and commercial loans.
Learn more about First Federal Community Bank at firstfed.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 1810696.
Fall is in the air, and so are exciting opportunities at the YMCA. From youth soccer, swim lessons, and gymnastics to fitness classes, homeschool programs, and more. There's something for everyone this season. Don't miss your chance to sign up for our fall programs. Registration is now open. Classes begin September 8th. Visit tuscymca.org and click on the program guide for more information. Or stop by the Welcome Center. Fall into something new at the Y, where we stay active together.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Rightmark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Rightmark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
Whether you're looking for a little extra income on the side or an exciting full-time career with endless potential for advancement, our local McDonald's has an opportunity for you. Flexible schedules, competitive pay, fun perks, and a supportive team environment are all part of the package. A job at McDonald's is one of a kind, just like you. Wherever you are in life, you can find a meaningful career at McDonald's, and it comes with a side of whatever makes you happy. Apply online at mcdonalds.com today.
At Dover Philly Heating and Cooling in downtown Dover, they know the best advertising is a satisfied customer. That's why they guarantee customer satisfaction with every job. Check out DoverPhillyHVAC.com to read real reviews from real customers who were really satisfied.
This is Jim Moser. As the only designated trained comfort specialist in Tuscarawas County, my team and I will provide honest and knowledgeable service to keep your family comfortable year-round.
If you need service or a new system, call Dover Philly Heating and Cooling at 330-343-5511.
High school sports week 11 football action, the Division 5 playoffs with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley. I'm Bill Morgan with Josh Jarvis. Our sideline reporter tonight is Ryan McClellan. We've talked about some of the players on both the Mustangs sidelines and what we'll see from Liberty tonight. Take us into the coaches' room as they try to game plan for a game like this, specifically one with Claymont and Liberty. They've never played each other. They're probably not real familiar with the opponents the opposite sideline has played. How do the coaches prep for the playoffs, Josh?
Well, I mean, it's very similar to in the regular season. The coaches have to trade. Both teams have to trade 2 films. So you get those 2 films, and then you go to your coaching network and you find out who you know, where you know them, who might know somebody else, and you might be able to get a couple more films. Going back a few years ago when I was at Garraway and we played against Garrettsville Garfield, we'd never seen them before. We'd never played against them before, and we were the lower seed walking into that game. And they were pretty confident that they were going to win, and we put it to them pretty good. So, the playoff rankings are what they are, and the computer points are what they are. I gave the example earlier of Ridgewood beat Newcomerstown, and Newcomerstown finished ahead of them. So they're not a perfect science, and that's why you play the game on the field. So certainly Coach Buddy White has went in and told his guys, it doesn't matter. We made it. It doesn't matter where we finished. It doesn't matter where they finished. They still got to take care of business on the field. So you try to get that in the mindset of your kids, whether you're the number one, or I mean, whether you're ahead and you're hosting, or whether you're down the line and you're traveling somewhere. It really doesn't matter. It depends on how you perform on that Friday night, and you got to get your kids amped up. You got to get your kids excited to play, and just have them believe that nobody's better than they are.
You mentioned number one. Of course, this week and this year with the new football playoff format, the top 4 seeds. By the way, in case you don't know, you're a casual high school football fan. No longer 16 teams in each region make the postseason. It's only the top 12, and in the opening week, the top 4 seeds, Josh, get a playoff bye. Then the bottom 8 play in advance based on wins, of course, and everything is already all bracketed out. Having said all of that, you talk to coaches. What do athletic directors think of the OHSAA's new playoff football format?
Well, I know I'm a big fan of it, and I would say every coach that I talk to about this is a big fan of it. We saw them in the preview earlier in this year, the Tuscarawas County preview. All the coaches were in favor of this because a 16 team going to play a 1, that's a bit of a problem. So to give those top 4 seeds a bye week, an opportunity for them to rest, I think it's a great opportunity. I think you're going to see more competitive games when you're going 5 against 12 and so forth and so on. And actually, in Claymont's, they're better off because they're 11 and they're playing a 6 when they should have been playing a 3 if you're in the previous few years.
Well, you know what's very interesting? You bring up the Tuscarawas County Sports Hall of Fame football coaches preview, which now that seems like it was about a year and a half ago, and it wasn't. But Buddy White was, I believe, the first coach speaker, and one of the things they wanted all the coaches to do was kind of address the new change in the format. And Buddy, if you've ever heard Buddy publicly speak, he's very gregarious, he's very informative, he's very funny, and he said, well, you know, for a team that won 1 or 2 games last year, I don't know that I'm in favor of only 12 teams getting in, and everybody cracked up. He kind of said it with a big smile on his face, but you know what? They win 6, they're in anyway.
Yeah, they are, and I love listening to him speak, and when he talked at that Tuscarawas County Hall of Fame banquet, it was very comical because he basically said, I wish there were 16 because then we'd have a shot. Now they lowered it down. He goes, but I'm not really concerned about that. We haven't made the playoffs in forever. We just need to get better. And that's exactly what they did. They got better this year. He went in. He talked about being in the weight room. He talked about tackling. He talked about toughness. And that's truly what we've seen on a Claymont this year. They got stronger. They got tough. And they're just going to punch you in the mouth. So we'll see how they respond. But if you also remember, he actually went first because he said, listen, we got practice tonight. So I asked to go first, so I'm going first. If you guys don't mind, I'm taking off because I got to take care of my team. And he literally did. He ran out the door when he was done because he had to get to his football team.
It was kind of a literal mic drop, and boom, he was kind of out the back door over at the Tuscarawas County Senior Center, and he did a very, very good job that night. And he and his coaching staff have done a very, very good job with the team this season. And when we talk about maybe pressure going into an athletic event, there's a lot of talk about that. Maybe there's more talk from fans and the media than there is with the actual teams. I'd like to think that Claymont doesn't feel a lot of pressure. I mean, if they win this game, hey, this 6-4 campaign becomes and a playoff win and a Week 12. It'll be interesting to see what their perspective is when this game kicks off in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that you got there. But none of these players want the season to end. I mean, none of these players on this entire roster have ever been to Week 11 before. It is exciting, and they want to continue. They want to go to Week 12. They want to go to Week 13. And I think that's the great thing about high school football is, and I mentioned it earlier, it doesn't really matter where you're ranked. You got to play the game on the field. And I would feel like Claymont is on a very big high, and they're a dangerous football team to go up against because of the excitement in the community, the excitement in the staff, the excitement in all the players, and you just don't want to mess around with this Claymont team.
Now, when you talk about Liberty and what they have accomplished this year, you mentioned they had a good regular season run, and they look at Claymont and say, well, I don't want to say perhaps. They look at Claymont and say, well, here's a team that hasn't been to the playoffs in 30 years. Maybe we should cakewalk here. It'll be very interesting to see the opening couple of minutes of this game, the opening couple of possessions of this game, what the mentality is like down on the field.
Well, if you're in Liberty coaching staff, you're saying, listen, we should have a bye. Like, we lost 2 games to very, very good opponents. We shouldn't be playing this week because they lost those 2 games. They lost 1 game by 1 point and 1 game by 6 points. So we could be up there with the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s. We absolutely could. And they don't belong on the same field as we do. And we should be able to take care of business. Now, you don't want them to get too overconfident. You want them to be confident enough in their abilities and play their football game. And I know they're in there saying, hey, we're going to run the football just like we have all year. We're going to do the same things that we've done all year, and they're going to have to stop us.
Now, have you ever coached in, played in, or broadcasted a game on Halloween?
Gosh, I don't think I have. And if I played in it, I would have known what the date was. But I remember we used to have practices. When I was at Garrow, we would have practices where the entire coaching staff would dress up. So I know we had practices on October 31st, but I do not remember a game on October 31st.
There are a lot of people on the field turf in costume. I saw Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants is down there. Some of the Ninja Turtles are down there. So everybody fired up and ready to go.
There was a minion that just carried a flag out there.
Well, there you have it. Patrick has kind of got the flag wrapped around his head. I'm afraid Patrick may go down for the count. We'll keep you updated on that. That's what we do with Big Z Sports.
That is.
And coming up as the pregame show rolls on, we're just about to the point of kickoff. We'll bring you all the action tonight. It is the Claymont Mustangs and the Liberty Leopards coming right up with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
At First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community isn't just a slogan. It's how we do business each and every day. I'm Corey Parker, mobile mortgage lender, and our goal is to empower your financial well-being and build a lasting relationship with you, your family, and your business. We're here to assist you every step of the way, from checking and savings accounts to mortgages and commercial loans.
Learn more about First Federal Community Bank at firstfed.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 1810696.
Newtown Mall provides you a one-stop shop for anything you need. You can shop the latest fashions at Kohl's, Maurice's, or Marshall's, get your sporting goods at Dunham's or Dick's Sporting Goods, or redo a room in your house at Ashley Furniture. Find all these stores and more for yourself and experience Newtown. Plus, you can sign up to be a Newtown Mall VIP and follow your favorite stores so you're the first to know sales, giveaways, events, and more. To sign up and to see all that's happening, visit newtownmall.com.
When something breaks, bends, or just needs built right, call the pros at DJ's Weld and Construction. From precision machining to all welding repairs, they handle aluminum, steel, and cast. No job too big or too small. Need it done fast and done right? Call 330-432-2206 today and find out how DJ's Weld and Construction can help you. DJ's Weld and Construction, quality craftsmanship, dependable service, and a proud supporter of Claymont Athletics.
Claymont and Liberty drawing closer and closer to kickoff right now, down to the field turf here in Liberty Township for our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose harsh stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we
Liberty High School Choir with our national anthem, and prior to every high school football broadcast with WJER and Big Z Sports, the national anthem brought to you by the Veterans of Foreign Wars, Post 1445 in New Philly. At Post 1445, they're proud of the scholarships they award to local students, as well as their outstanding food pantry and their Veterans Support Program, which provides assistance with rent and utilities to our area veterans. To learn more, call the folks at VFW Post 1445, 330-343-5987. Again, thank you to VFW Post 1445 for giving us the opportunity to bring you the national anthem for every high school football broadcast. Josh, we mentioned windy, but you know what? For Week 11 and essentially the first weekend in November, really not bad high school football weather.
No, really not that bad. I mean, it's a little windy, so it makes it a little bit chilly, but for the most part, I mean, clear skies. You're not getting any rain. It's supposed to be cold on the last day of October, so it's perfect football weather. I mean, those kids aren't going to get cold. They're running around. They're warm. So it is. It's really good football weather. The wind might be a little much tonight, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a factor.
We will find out when this game kicks off with the Tuscarawas County YMCA opening kickoff. That's next with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
This is Brian Williams, commercial lender with the First National Bank of Denison. The day you decided to open your business, you planted the seed. As your roots become stronger, the First National Bank of Denison is here to help your business grow. Strong businesses make strong communities, and because we live, work, and raise our families here, your business benefits us all. Whether you need more space, equipment, or inventory, come see us today for your next business loan. We are a local bank with local decision makers, and your success is our greatest reward. At the First National Bank of Denison, we have our roots where others have their branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You have to refresh to be fresh. And at Subway, they're always evolving to serve up craveable food and a great workplace. Subway is committed to nurturing talent and growing careers. Whether you'd like to become a part-time sandwich artist or if you're looking for a career in management, Subway wants to meet you. Subway's mission is to fuel your potential with competitive wages, flexible hours, opportunities for benefits, even a meal plan to keep you feeling fresh and full. Apply today by visiting subway.com and clicking on careers.
The Tuscarawas County YMCA opening kickoff between Claymont and Liberty about to roll your way, and our opening kickoff prior to every high school football game, a service of the Y located on Monroe Street in Dover at the Tusk YMCA. They offer a 24/7 fitness center. Find your passion. Find your why. Before this game kicks off, we'll check in one more time down on the field with Ryan McClellan.
Yeah, guys, I was in there in the coin toss, and Buddy White and the Claymont Mustangs wanted to win the toss and wanted to defer. They wanted to let Liberty get the ball first, kind of get their ground on, see what they can do, let them throw in the wind. It's very windy on that end on the opposite side of the scoreboard, so watch that tonight.
Claymont with a short kickoff going to be fielded. Left hash at about the 26 across the 30 and up to the 35 comes Liberty on that opening Tuscarawas County YMCA kickoff.
They made a tackle at the 35, and you saw the crowd go absolutely bonkers on that. The crowd's ready to go. Claymont Mustangs crowd is real excited and ready to be in this Week 11.
The football spotted right on the 35. We mentioned that the Leopards have certainly a big-time propensity to run the football. Already the referees having a discussion of some sort. I think the clock probably isn't right. I don't think 26 seconds went off on the opening kickoff. We'll see as the officials walk toward the sideline.
I think you're looking at more like 6 seconds as opposed to 26. There we go. They went with 8 seconds come off the clock.
There you go. Now we are ready to go. The quarterback, DeJuan Moody, about 5 yards behind, brings a man in motion, Hands off, trying to sweep. Boy, Claymont, a great job defensively as they push and they bring down Tutwiler on the opening play of the game.
Tried to run a jet there with Tutwiler, and the Claymont Mustangs had that read right away, and they rallied to the football. There was at least 9-10 guys getting to that football. The referee had to blow it dead as he pushed him backwards.
Officially a loss of 4, 2nd down and 14. This game just underway. Scoreless Claymont and Youngstown Liberty. Liberty will break out of the huddle. One receiver wide left. 1, 2, 3 wide to the right. Moody in the pistol. Again brings a man in motion. A double handoff. Tutwiler with the ball again. He breaks out a 1 tackle. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Breaks another. Down to the left sideline. 40, 50. And out of bounds in Claymont territory.
Well, that was a great individual effort by Tutwiler there. I mean, that was a reverse that was supposed to go to Claymont's bench, and he changed direction, went the opposite direction, was able to evade a few different tackles there for a big first down.
On a play that realistically should have been at the very best back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, there were a lot of guys that had some opportunities there. Claymont's got to do a better job of wrapping up.
1st and 10 Leopards. They are at the Mustangs 46. Again, for the home Leopards, 1 man wide left, short side of the field. 3 wide to the right. Ball loose in the backfield. Claymont dives in it. We'll see who got it. Of course, both teams saying they got the football. And it looked like the quarterback, Moody, was able to scoop it and avoid his team having a turnover.
Moody was very fortunate to get back on that football as there were 2 Mustang defenders diving after that ball at the same time. But now they're going to set up with a 2nd and 13.
They lose 3. For some reason, the clock isn't running. I'm not sure what the story. It is now, but it wasn't. So 2nd down and long for the Leopards. Again, Tutwiler motions, resets to the left of Moody in the backfield. Penalty flag flies in. Tutwiler on the carry, gets down to the 40. I think that's going to be an offside call on Claymont.
Here's the ball carrier, Montgomery on the play.
The officials talking things over with the Leopards captains. Kind of an extended discussion. Maybe they're going to call motion.
It looks like they might call illegal shift because they brought the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. Nope. That's kind of interesting there because he had a pretty big run setting up a 3rd and 2, but they decided to take the penalty instead to make it a 2nd and 8 as opposed to the 3rd and 2.
Head coach Dominic Prologo for the Leopards has his team huddled up back at midfield. The ball at the Claymont 44, as Josh alluded to. It's 2nd down and 8. We are scoreless 2 minutes into this Friday night opening round OHSAA matchup. Moody wants the football, hands it, gives it to Tutwiler. He runs left inside the 45, down to the 41-yard line. Still several yards shy of the first down.
It actually puts Liberty in a little bit of a worse situation compared to declining the penalty because now they're looking at about a 3rd and medium, 3rd and 5, when they were looking at a 3rd and 2 to start.
Moody quickly over to the sideline, getting the play call. Huddles his team up about 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Tutwiler on his right hip. 3 receivers wide to the right side of the field for Liberty. Maroon and gold there, school colors. They're going to run the option to the right. Moody will keep it, and he gets buried at the 42. Actually loses a yard on that play. Great pursuit by the Mustang defense.
That was great pursuit by the Mustang defense. He had an opportunity there. He's decided to take the football, and it looks like Liberty might be running the punt team out on the field.
Hillman on Garcia on the kick for Liberty.
And you know what a lot of people would say, do you go for it here? but maybe their perspective is we're going to try and flip the field early.
And Cersei back to receive for the Mustangs.
Helleman Garcia standing at his own 45 to punt the football away for the Leopards. They snap it to him. He kicks it away, trying to angle it to the right side. It goes out of bounds, and that wasn't exactly the world's best punt.
No, that went straight right and out of bounds, and the official is going to walk this one back. We'll see where he ends up marking the football.
They will say 1st and 10 Mustangs from the 25.
I just got a nice official correction here. The reason why they moved that ball on encroachment is because encroachment is a dead ball foul. They do not have the option. So big thanks to Craig Host, who's paying attention, that texted me and reminded me that that is the situation. So they did not
leave
have the
it
option.
To an official to point out our mistake.
Absolutely. And Craig does a great job officiating. Craig, just keep feeding me some information tonight.
Mustangs with the football, going to swing a pass out, complete left side, across the 25, left sideline, across the 30, and up to the 32-yard line. As the Mustangs with a solid opening play from scrimmage in tonight's matchup.
Well, certainly this is what the doctor ordered for Claymont. Forced Liberty to punt the ball on their first drive. Don't give up any points and then start moving the football. So things are moving in the right direction for Claymont here so far. That was only one play on offense, but certainly the game is going their direction right now.
We are scoreless with 7:40 to play. Carson Golick, the senior quarterback for Claymont, has a man motion left, swings that pass complete across the 35, running up, and first down for the Mustangs on the completion that time to Searcy.
And that was the exact same play they ran on the first play of that series. And run 2 plays. If they're not going to cover somebody swinging out there, you're just going to keep throwing the football. 2 plays, get a first down, and set up again.
And, of course, Searcy, an explosive player for the Mustangs.
Yeah, he is. I think Searcy had like 700 yards on the season, something like that. So certainly that was rushing. Now, those were 2 passing plays, but Searcy is definitely an explosive athlete.
For the Mustangs, 1 receiver wide left, 2 wide to the right. Again, Searcy motioning to the left. They're going to screen it the opposite way. That's caught and complete, but they're actually going to lose yardage on that completion to the talented senior Nolan McMorrow. Great job on the pursuit coming up out of the secondary that time, Prince Lard. I mean, what's got to be an all-Ohio name team, Prince Lard.
Prince Lard. And he did a great job. He just sat on that right away. He was not fooled. He did not drop in coverage whatsoever. As soon as he saw that wide receiver drop back, he attacked right away.
As we approach the midway point of the first quarter, Claymont and Liberty scoreless. The Mustangs, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Searcy in the backfield. Goes motion left, try to swing out a pass right side. That time falling incomplete, intended for Jackson Jinks, the junior wide receiver.
First 4 plays of this drive, they have not thrown a ball past the line of scrimmage. They're swinging their running backs out. They're trying to throw some tunnel screens here, but 3rd and long, looks like Claymont might have to put the ball down the field here if they want to get an opportunity to create a 4th and short or even get a first down right here.
Golick running over to the left hash to get the play call from the Mustangs bench, huddles his team up as they do. It'll be a 5 wide look. 2 to the short side of the field. That's wide right, 3 wide left. Golick looks at the defense, back to pass, has a little bit of time, throws it long down the field and overthrows his intended receiver, bringing up 4th down as he tried to work it into the hands of Parker Haney.
Yeah, it looked like for a second there, I saw what the quarterback saw. The middle of the field was wide open right there, so he had an opportunity, but they had a middle linebacker drop into that deep hook zone area, setting up a 4th and a punt situation.
So both teams do not capitalize on their initial opportunities. The incompletion stopping the clock. Here at Liberty Stadium, 6:19 to play. The Mustangs punted away in a nice punt. It's going to back the return man up to his 28. Comes across the 30 and slung down at the 34. Great pursuit that time by the Claymont special teams.
Yeah, that's what you want to see out of your special teams play right there. Getting down, the first guy making the tackle. usually if you can make the first guy miss, then you're going to gain a few yards, but that was a great job by Claymont Mustangs special teams.
Easton Hersey on the special teams tackle. So for the second time in quarter number 1, Liberty's got the football. Neither team, as we just talked about, the Mustangs nor the Leopards, scored on their first possession. Their quarterback, DeJuan Moody, a returning letterman for Coach Prologo's team, takes the snap, going to pass the ball, throws it, completes it across the 41 into the hands of Xavier McDougald. Correction, that was Tyson Watson on the reception.
Yeah, you see Claymont's defense playing a little bit soft there, and they figured they just take what they give them. Quick 5-yard, maybe 6-yard hitch right there, setting up a 2nd and 3 on this drive.
A quick sprint to the sideline by Moody. He goes back and huddles up with his team. Opening round of the 2025 OHSAA playoffs. Bill Morgan, Josh Jarvis, and Ryan McClellan. This time, Moody's going to keep the ball, and he's going to be slung down back at the 36-yard line. That'll be a loss of about 5. I think the official spot is going to be the 37, so 3rd and long for the home team.
That was a great job knifing in there by, I think that was Ethan Hersey again. He's the same guy that made the tackle on the punt, but quarterback kept the ball there, and Ethan was not fooled as he was able to knife in there, swing the quarterback down for a big loss.
This is really a big 3rd down play for the Mustang defense. If they can send Liberty off the field 3 and out on their second possession, I think that's going to build a little confidence for this squad from Uhrichsville. In the backfield, the quarterback, Moody. Ian Tutwiler to his left. Moody going to throw. He's getting pressure, trying to scramble away from it. He's sacked at the 34-yard line. The Mustangs defense doing it again. The ball came loose, but you could see a couple of the officials emphatically signaling he was down.
Yeah, they were marking him down there, but my goodness, he dropped back, and only for a second was he looking downfield and tried to find a seam there, and there was no seam to be had as the front 4 there for the Claymont Mustangs were quickly in on him and able to pick up a big sack to create a 3 and out here on the second drive.
Searcy and Jackson Jenks back to receive. They're standing at their 35. Garcia to punt again for Liberty. Standing inside his 25, takes the snap. A high end-over-end wobbling kick that'll bounce at the 42 and take a pretty big Liberty roll down to the 35, where Claymont will start their next possession. Hey, don't forget, coming up after the game tonight, Josh, Ryan, and I will name a Subway player of the game. Subway with locations in Uhrichsville, Dover, and New Philadelphia, and all across Tuscarawas County. Subway, eat fresh. Opportunity number 2 for the Claymont offense with 3:44 to play and a scoreless first quarter. Carson Golick, the quarterback, taking a pretty long look at that Liberty defense before calling for the football. Has it now. Hands off. Searcy running behind the left side of the line across the 35 to the 36. Looks like they'll give him the 37, a gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for the Mustangs.
And Searcy's certainly a talented athlete, very hard runner. They weren't able to get him to the ground, but a number of Liberty Leopards were there in time to push him back. And the Liberty Leopards is kind of hard to say. If you say it 5 times fast.
What do they call that? I was no English major, but alliteration. The Liberty Leopards. You have to enunciate. Golick with Searcy to his right. Throws the ball left sideline and overthrows. Oh, it was completed, but by a Mustang, it was out of bounds.
Yeah, and it looks like there's a little bit of miscommunication there between Golick and Jackson Jenks as he was curling up and Golick was throwing the ball deep. It certainly didn't look like they were on the same page there on that play.
So 3rd down and long for Claymont. 1 receiver wide left, 4 Mustang wideouts to the right side of the field. Golick going to take a snap. He'll look right. He'll throw right. It's complete at the 40, 45, and that's a Claymont first down. Great job by the Mustangs of picking up the first down. Dawson Matzo on the catch, and the Mustangs first down.
Dawson Matzo, I believe, was the second wide receiver out there where everybody else cleared out. He ran a quick slant, was wide open for that first down.
So the Mustangs picking up their first down. Golick, a snap. He's going to throw again. Looking downfield, scrambling a little bit to his right. Looking, he's going to run across the 45 out at the 46. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see where they stepped out. As they're going to say he lost a couple of yards on that.
Yeah, they're going to mark him 2 yards short of the line of scrimmage there.
But you know what? With Carson in at the quarterback position and being a senior, you know what? You'd rather lose. I realize you don't ever want to lose yards, but you'd rather lose a couple of yards than throw a wild pass down the field and get it picked.
Yeah, certainly. He's a senior. He's smart. He knows what he needs to do here. Survive. You got 3 more plays to get a first down here.
Jinks wide to the left side of the field. A couple of Mustangs go in motion from left to right. Now they'll pitch it, running the football. Searcy gets to the right sideline, takes a shot, and some exchange of words going on between Claymont's number 6, Searcy, and number 6 for Liberty. That's Cameron Coleman. I got a question for you about Craig Host.
Okay.
Shouldn't Craig be officiating a game tonight?
He's probably in that top tier, so those top 4 teams are not playing, so that's probably why he has the week off.
He got an opening round bye like the top 4 teams.
He must have, or he's watching the game on his phone as he's officiating another game, which I hope is not happening.
No, Craig is a professional. He would never do such a thing.
I know.
So third down and 10 for the Mustangs. Craig, thank you for watching tonight. Golick gets the ball, rolls left, throws a pass. It's complete. Now the ball's fumbled. Do they say fumbled or do they say incomplete pass?
The main bag is down. They're saying it's a fumble, and Claymont recovers.
Very close to the first down marker.
Well, that was actually very fortunate for Claymont there as they were about to get tackled 4 yards short. The ball was stripped out. It looked like he might have had the ball long enough for that to actually be a fumble there, and then ball moves forward. Claymont gets on top of it, creating a 4th and 1 here.
Now, do the Mustangs go for it? Do they try and draw them off? We're about to find out. The ball just inside the Leopards' 45. They need to get to the 43 to pick up a first down. Golick sends one man in motion. Searcy left to right, resets. Golick going to keep the football. He's got the first down for Claymont. Carson Golick on the quarterback keeper.
Wow, that was great effort there by Carson Golick. They had running backs on either side. They shifted a running back to his right side, and they had 2 leading blockers knowing that Carson was going to run the football there, give him the opportunity to get that big first down.
First down indeed for CHS. The ball in the middle of the field at the 40. We are late in the first quarter, 1:25 to play in the opening period. Claymont and Liberty scoreless, but the Mustangs moving the football on their second drive of the night. Golick takes the snap, hands off. Searcy running right inside the 40, getting to the right sideline, slung down at about the 34-yard line. Moody on the tackle that time.
It's a great play design. It looked like they had them outnumbered to that side, and Searcy was able to get the edge certainly for a big 7-yard gain on first down.
Well, Searcy pops up. He had a few words for Moody, who had a few words for him. And I realize I may be different than most people. I realize some people don't like that, but I like it when the players are fiery and chirping back and forth. As long as it doesn't go too far and you draw the yellow.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, everybody's excited. It's playoff. It's week 11, so they're going to let a little bit of that go.
The snap directly. It goes into the hands of the Mustangs, and they go picking up another first down inside the 25. That direct snap went that time for the Mustangs to Nolan McMorrow. And I know that Coach White working to try and figure out a way to get Nolan, one of the many seniors on this team, more involved in the offense. He took the direct snap, Josh, and he got a first down.
Yeah, big first down. I think seem to be moving in Claymont's direction. They're certainly getting the defense on their heels. They're putting them in situations that maybe they're not used to. And as this first quarter winds down, Claymont is in really good shape.
That will bring the opening quarter to a close. Claymont is on the move in this scoreless opening round OHSAA playoff battle. Claymont nothing, Liberty nothing, with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
TMK Valley Propane takes pride in giving our customers the best service. Locally owned and operated, we are part of your community and delivering the best possible solution. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy local.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
One quarter of high school football playoff action in the book just outside the city of Youngstown. Claymont and Liberty are scoreless, but the Mustangs are on the move, approaching the red zone. Our sideline reporter all night tonight in the beautiful, warm air of this area in Northeast Ohio is Ryan Hollywood McClellan.
Yeah, guys, hey, what a great first quarter there. Both teams getting kind of settled in their first two drives. Claymont doing a great job on defense, containing those two running backs. You know, earlier in the first quarter, I was talking to some of the guys here on the sidelines, and they're both 1,000-yard rushers. So it's a big-time stop for those Claymont Mustangs to get two drive stops. Got a little bit of success here on the offense. Let's see what they can do here in the second quarter.
Ryan McClellan reporting from the sidelines tonight, and no, it is not warm on the sidelines. Sarcasm at its finest. 1st and 10 Mustangs from the Liberty 23 as the second quarter gets underway. Two in motion from left to right. They reset on the right wing. Golick rolling to the left, looking downfield, floats it over the middle, incomplete, just off the hands of the intended receiver, and a penalty flag flies in late from the back judge. Holding is going to be called on the defense.
And that was a dangerous throw as it got in between two Liberty Leopards there. But certainly they're calling holding on the defense there, which is going to be a penalty against the Leopards, which is really going to help out the Mustangs in this drive.
And that will move the football into the red zone. So the Mustangs say, we haven't been in the playoffs in 3 decades. No problem. We're now inside the 20-yard line on our second possession of the night. So Claymont trying to get on the scoreboard first. Jinks wide to the left. Wide right side for the Mustangs. Mason Bailey. And Golick underneath center this time. Going to hand off Searcy. Running right. Cuts it inside the 10. Battles his way down to about the 7-yard line before he's wrapped up on the play.
Yeah, you're really seeing Mustangs set up in some situations that are outnumbering guys. Searcy certainly had a good, easy 3 yards there, but battling, getting the next 3 or 4 yards to set up a great situation there inside the 10-yard line.
Football spotted, right hash at the 7. Mustangs on the move.
And they still have an opportunity to get a first down here inside that 5.
Again, Bailey wide right, Jinks wide to the left. Wing back left side. And Golick again underneath center. Hands off. Running. Right side, battling his way down to the 5-yard line. You'd think the refs were going to blow the whistle sooner or later. That'll bring up a 3rd down play call for Buddy White's team. They'll put the football back down at the 7, back on the right hash. About a minute and a half into the second quarter. A big 3rd down play here for both teams. Golick back in the pistol, running back to his right. Golick going to throw it into the end zone, incomplete over the receiver's head. So 4th down.
Yeah, it looked like a back shoulder throw there to the wide receiver, just a little bit high and a little bit too far behind. But Claymont in a situation where they could kick the field goal here, and it looks like they are running the field goal unit on the team, on the field.
And now looks like they're going to go for it.
They just made a bunch of changes there. So, no, they are going for it.
Golick running back on his right hip. Brings a man in motion from left to right, now back left. Golick back to pass, looking that, throws into the end zone, and that pass knocked down and incomplete. So the Mustangs get deep into the red zone here in a drive that encompassed a large second half of the first quarter, the first part of the second quarter, but they cannot capitalize. The ball goes back to the Leopards.
Yeah, and you can't question that call right there. Their defense has played really well to start this game, so you're going to give it a shot, see if you can't get 6 on the board. They weren't able to get that, but now they got the Leopards pinned deep inside their 10-yard line, and Buddy says we're just going to let our defense play, see what they can do.
Well, and on the previous Liberty possession, Josh, they put one on the ground. So you know what? They put one on the ground here, and Mustangs come up with it. Could be another big opportunity. 10-12 to play in the first half. Don't forget, coming up at the half, our First National Bank of Denison halftime report. Of course, the First National Bank of Denison centered in the heart of Mustang country. Moody, the quarterback, directing his team. Looks like a little bit of confusion there. Now his number 1 guy, Tutwiler. I think you're going to get delay a game here. And that is the call.
It's going to move him halfway to the goal line.
We mentioned earlier on Craig Host, big Mustang fan and official. And the officials, they get here the same way the teams do. I mean, they get rated and then they get signed to playoff games. So these are the best of the best.
Yeah, there's not many teams playing in Week 11.
No, there are not.
Not compared to what you have in a regular week. So certainly the best of the best are out here on Friday night all throughout the state of Ohio.
Quarterback Moody, a yard deep in his end zone, shuffles it off to a runner who gets to the right sideline and finally forced out of bounds. On the run that time, Cameron Coleman.
Yeah, Cameron Coleman didn't look like he had much room there, but he was able just to hesitate enough to get that corner to bite inside and then get the edge on him. Certainly didn't break away, but was able to gain a few more yards there on that 1st and 14.
Remember, the original line of scrimmage was the 7. They're now at the 12, so 2nd down and 5. 2 receivers. Wide right, short side of the field, 1 wide to the left. Moody takes a look at the Mustang defense, brings a man in motion, hands off, running straight ahead. That's a first down. Across the 15, across the 20, up to about the 24-yard line comes Tutwiler on the run.
Well, there's a lot of room there on the interior of that defense. Looked like they found something right there, and there was a huge hole to run through.
Well, a good job by Liberty of working out of the shadow of their own end zone. Moody again brings a man in motion. Hands off again, Tutwiler. Tutwiler running room up across the 30 to the 32-yard line before he's wrapped up and brought down, a gain of nearly 8 on that first down burst.
Yeah, and that was the exact same play it looked like that they ran on the play before, and certainly similar result as they gained 8 yards.
Three wide receivers this time. 2 to the right, 1 to the left for the Leopards. Moody going to keep it after faking the handoff to Tutwiler. Gets hit and breaks out of a couple of tackles. Now he's got running room. That's trouble. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Liberty touchdown on the 68-yard touchdown run by DeJuan Moody.
Yep, DeJuan Moody. Certainly, we saw it in the stats. We haven't seen them before, but he has gained a lot of yards this season. He did a great job making a really good cut there and breaking away for that 68-yard touchdown run.
So Liberty strikes first at the 8:55 mark of the second quarter. They'll come on to try the point after. The snap is back. A penalty flag flies. And we'll see what the call is. The officials meeting and the holders clapping and saying that it's on Claymont. And now it looks like they will go for 2 instead of kicking the extra point.
I always like that call as a coach. I mean, if you're going to give me half the distance to the goal and you're going to give us 1.5 yards to get 2 as opposed to 1, I like my chances there.
You know, more than likely, you'll see Moody and Tutwiler in the backfield. Moody's going to be pretty deep in that backfield. And they give it to one of the short guys, and he will get nothing and like it.
Great job by Claymont's defense, swarming him quickly. Certainly, we've seen that in some of these short yardage situations that the Claymont Mustangs really get off the ball well, and their front four are really attacking tonight.
We'll take a timeout early on in quarter number 2. Liberty leading Claymont 6-0 with Claxon Communications, Big Z Sports, and the sports voice of the Valley.
At Dover Philly Heating and Cooling in downtown Dover, they know the best advertising is a satisfied customer. That's why they guarantee customer satisfaction with every job. Check out DoverPhillyHVAC.com to read real reviews from real customers who were really satisfied.
This is Jim Moser. As the only designated trained comfort specialist in Tuscarawas County, my team and I will provide honest and knowledgeable service to keep your family comfortable year-round.
If you need service or a new system, call Dover Philly Heating and Cooling at 330-343-5511.
Celebrate the holidays at Old Warehouse Ceramics with Christmas trees, just like your grandma's. Paint it yourself, or Old Warehouse can create a Yuletide masterpiece for you. Plus, they have a variety of ceramic supplies and accessories. Visit them at 499 East 4th Street in Uricksville and let your artistic journey begin. Old Warehouse Ceramics, where imagination meets creation.
High school football playoff action, live streaming action to be exact, with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley. Liberty taking an early 6-0 lead over Claymont. We'll set scores from other games in the Valley coming up in a moment. Garcia to kick the football off, drives it down the field, end over end. That goes over the head of Searcy. He goes back, looked like he was in the end zone, and he was. And anytime the ball crosses into the end zone, it's an automatic touchback. The Liberty fans are screaming and not really knowing the rules.
They're not really happy about that one. I don't need Craig Host to tell me that that's a touchback right there, because it doesn't matter if you have any part of your body in the end zone or the football goes in the end zone. Whether you touched it before or not, it is a touchback, and it goes to the 20.
We have 3 other IVC teams in playoff action tonight, 2 of them battling one another. Josh, what do you have?
Yeah, Garaway hosting Mineral Ridge tonight, and they're up in the second quarter 21-7. And while Ridgewood, that we talked about, Ridgewood the 9 seed playing Newcomerstown the 8 seed, also in Division 6 in Region 23. Ridgewood is up in the second quarter 14-0.
So there you have it, the other 2 games involving area teams from the Big Z coverage area. Claymont had a nice drive they put together in their last possession, just couldn't capitalize and finish it off inside the Liberty 10-yard line. 8:51 to play before our First National Bank of Denison halftime report. That pass tipped and nearly picked off by Liberty.
Well, that was tipped, nearly caught, then nearly picked off by Liberty. Went through 2 Claymont Mustang hands before it actually hit the turf.
Jamad Moore and Tyson Watson also in on coverage that time for the home team. With the touchback, the ball at the 20. Nice facility here at Liberty, and our thanks to their athletic director, Todd Smith.
Yeah, we're right here off 76. I'm seeing the semis go by as we're watching this football game.
Golick underneath center, turns, hands, and Searcy gets lit up in the backfield. A loss of 3 or 4, bringing up a 3rd down and long play call for the Mustangs.
You can see the momentum shifted a little bit in Liberty's way here as their defense is swarming the football like we haven't seen them so far yet tonight. Certainly they got some momentum. They're a little excited. They're playing with passion.
So 3rd down and about 15 for the Mustangs. 2 receivers wide to each side of the field. Carson Golick, the senior quarterback, takes a snap, a little pump fake, launches it down the left sideline. Jinx dives and makes the catch. Oh, now it's incomplete.
Nope, he doesn't have the football. And there was a lot of contact as that football was in the air. I thought you might be seeing a penalty come out there, but the officials see differently. And they decided it's not a complete pass, nor a penalty.
So 4th down, and Claymont will have to punt the football away, 3 and out, after the Liberty touchdown drive that was capped off by a DeJuan Moody 68-yard touchdown burst. So Claymont really needing a good punt here and good coverage of said punt. And that punt is blocked. Claymont going to grab it, but they fall down inside the own 10-yard line. And that, of course, is going to give Liberty outstanding field position, 1st and goal.
Yeah, certainly you don't see that very often, but fortunately for Claymont, the punter was able to go up and get that ball as it was blocked straight up in the air, preventing the Leopards from getting a touchdown there. But that's going to set them up in real good shape on the 7-yard line.
The ball right in the middle of the field. Josh talked about seeing from a defensive perspective for Liberty that shift in momentum after the touchdown, and they're trying to capitalize that further here. Keep an eye on Duttweiler. He's in a slot, left side of the field. The quarterback, DeJuan Moody. In the pistol formation, 2 wide left. He brings Duttweiler in motion, fakes the handoff. Moody keeps it, battles inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line for the Mustang defense, brings him down.
Yeah, that was just a straight ahead power football play right there, and I think you're going to see a couple more of those as they're setting up with about 2.5-yard line, 2nd and goal to go.
So Liberty took the lead. They're trying to build upon that lead. Meanwhile, the Claymont defense trying to come up with something big defensively here. Handoff, running straight ahead. The Mustang defense doing a good job of pursuing that time. Moody had the ball brought down at the 2.
Yeah, I think Liberty has more success when they spread the guys out, because when they can get Claymont in there tight, Claymont's done a really good job of stuffing those holes and not able to get much ground there in terms of the Leopards.
3rd and goal, the ball at the 2.5. Liberty a 6-0 lead as we close in on the midway point of the 2nd quarter. The handoff going to go to Duttweiler. He's into the end zone. Yes, he is. Touchdown, Liberty.
Liberty in that triple I formation, turned around and gave it to the 2nd guy in the eye and was able to go backside and just did a really good job punching that in there from 2 yards out.
So it becomes a 12-0 Liberty advantage at the 6:23 mark of the 2nd quarter. What do we got? Liberty going to discuss things in terms of what they'll do on the point after try. We will take a timeout as well. 6:23 to play in quarter number 2. Liberty 12, Claymont scoreless with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
We love our pets, accidents and messes included, and Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love them even more with protection from everyday messes and odors. Shaw Pet Perfect Flooring from Williams Floor Covering features built-in protection from stains, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect, designed for you, perfect for your pet. Right now, save $2 a yard on Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect styles only at Williams Floor Covering, 122 South Worcester Avenue by the bridge in Dover.
So the Liberty Leopards, with their second point after try, at about 2 minutes and 32 seconds after the Duttweiler touchdown run. And it looks like they will go for 2 again. Underneath center is Tyson Watson. Watson going to keep the football left side, and he will be stuffed. So the Claymont point after unit, again, shutting down a 2-point try. It's 12-0 Liberty.
And that was the same play that they ran on the touchdown. Just before, they were giving it to the second guy in that triple I formation off to the left side or the right side if you're on Claymont's defense, but had nowhere to go on that one.
So Claymont going to get another opportunity offensively, and certainly you don't have to be Ryan Day to figure out. You want to start moving the ball. Even if you can't capitalize in terms of punching it in the end zone, you don't want to give this Liberty team, who you fill that Mr. Mo building on their side, another opportunity anytime in the near future.
Well, a big drive by the Mustangs right here. If they can put the ball in the end zone, that'll be huge, because they're going to take off a lot of time off this clock, and they'll be able to get the ball to start the second half.
Coming up as a part of our coverage tonight, the First National Bank of Denison halftime report. Thanks to the First National Bank of Denison for making it all possible. Garcia to boot the football away. They tee it up in the 40 in high school. High end over end kick down the numbers, left side. Going to be fielded by Searcy at the 11. Crossing the field, cutting up the middle of the field, 15-20, and that ball got loose, but they will say it was already down. High school football action being brought to you in part tonight by great sponsors like Stepping Stone Crafts and more. DJ's Welding and Construction, along with Old Warehouse Ceramics and Mustang Trucking, for our live video stream of this game tonight. So after the Searcy return to the 21, the Mustang offense back out onto the field. On back-to-back Liberty possessions, 2 touchdowns. They lead 12-0 with 6:14 to play. Golick getting pressure, throws right side, shows a pretty good arm, but overthrows his intended receiver. Because Josh Jarvis is, well, the numerical genius that he is. Could you hit up your list of contacts? We left one score out. Strasburg battling Lucas up at Ron Hurst Field. So that's another IVC team in the postseason for Jim Morris and company. Down in Division 7, Jenks wide to the left for Claymont. 2 receivers. Wide right. The ball, direct snap. McMorrow with the football, but he got chased down and ripped down for a loss of a couple of yards.
I got on it quickly, Bill. My apologies to the Strasburg Tigers, as they are really opening it up right now as they are beating Lucas at home 21-0.
There you have it. So the Tigers over Lucas. If you're saying to yourself, I've never heard of Lucas, it's kind of in the Mansfield area.
Lucas, for a long time, ran that double tight, double wing formation. I'm not sure if they're still running that, but that is something that Tusky Valley picked up on a few years back, and they ran it for a number of years.
Loss of 3 on the previous play, 3rd and 13. Golick with the snap. Screens it out right. Boy, that ball is picked off, and that is a pick 6 as Liberty is on fire right now. Justin Nelms Jr. with the pick 6, and Claymont now finding themselves in a world of trouble.
Yeah, Claymont ran that play a couple times already in that first quarter, was very successful with it, but I'm not sure if he's the defensive end. I didn't see exactly where he came from, but as soon as he saw that tailback flare, he made a beeline in between the quarterback and the tailback and made an easy pick. and he was very, very excited. I'm assuming that's probably his first pick 6 of his career.
So, in a span of 2 minutes and 38 seconds, Liberty has scored 3 touchdowns. And now the kick by Garcia missing, but they are still up by 3 scores, the home team. We'll keep things here for now. Liberty leading. It says 19-0, but that's not right. It's 18-0.
They corrected it.
So Claymont going to have to. The bad news is, obviously, you're trailing 18-0. The good news is you still have almost 2.5 quarters to play.
There's plenty of time left. However, the momentum has hugely shifted in Liberty's favor here. With that blocked punt they had in the previous series and a pick 6 on this series, Claymont certainly needs to get some positive yards here and see if they can't move the football down the field if they want a chance to get this momentum back on their side.
Well, and Josh, Claymont showed the ability to move the football. They took it all the way down to the Liberty 7-yard line on their second possession of the night. They need to get more of that back and flowing Mustang style.
Yeah, they looked in good shape as they got the ball inside the 10-yard line and that long drive that finished off the first quarter and into the second quarter. But since then, there hasn't been much in terms of positive yards for the Claymont Mustangs.
So Garcia to kick the football away. Usually these kickers in high school football these days are little, slender soccer players. That does not fit the description of Garcia.
They usually don't wear the number 67.
No, they do not. Seriously backpedaling, picks it up inside his 10, breaks out of 1 tackle at about the 9 and comes across the 10 to the 11. So a long field for Claymont.
A lot of back and forth at the end of that play. Certainly not the field position Claymont was looking for there, just not able to handle that football on the kickoff, and they're going to start inside their own 15.
Well, and when you look at some of Claymont's deep men, Searcy and Jinx, they have the ability to make the big play in the return game. Just hasn't happened quite yet. Go look underneath center this time. They'll hand off. Speaking of Searcy, back up to the line of scrimmage. Might have got a yard. Second down and long.
Yeah, certainly not the holes that they had in the late in the first quarter and into the second quarter they were seeing. Searcy got stopped as he had guys penetrating the backfield pretty quickly.
Clock moving. 4:38 before our First National Bank of Denison halftime report. Searcy into the lineup on the right hip of Golick. Golick going to throw it to Searcy, but overthrows him. So third down and 10.
And again, Claymont tried to run that flare, that back out of the backfield, but Leopards were in great position, ready for that play once again.
It's third down.
The ball right in the middle of the field here at Liberty Stadium, 12-yard line. 3rd and 10, the incompletion, stopping the clock, 4:21 to play in the first half. Golick. Now it was not Golick that got the snap that time. That was McMorrow. And he gets dropped.
Looked like he was trying to push that ball downfield and took a little bit too much time as Leopards' defensive line closed in on him quickly for the sack.
Now Claymont will have to punt out of their own end zone. And now this game was scoreless at the end of the first quarter. But Liberty has played well in the third quarter, scored 3 times. The second quarter and scored 3 times. The punt bounces at the 35 of Claymont and takes a big Mustang roll all the way out to the 49-yard line. So still good field position for Liberty, but a good job by Claymont of getting the ball that far out when they had to punt from their own end zone.
Yeah, certainly that's a success if you're looking at the Claymont Mustangs punting out of the 8 yards deep in your end zone to get the ball at midfield.
So the Liberty offense about to come back onto the field. So they have the ball, albeit barely, in Claymont territory. 18-0. Man in motion. Moody will keep it up the middle of the field inside the Mustang 45 to the 42-yard line before the Claymont defense wraps him up, brings him down, gain of 7, second and short for Liberty. Our sideline reporter, Ryan McClellan, will try and catch up with Claymont coach Buddy White at the half. Clock continuing to move. 2:58 to play in the first half. The quarterback, Moody, gives the ball up. Tutwiler up the middle of the field will pick up a first down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Good for a Leopards first down.
Bill, we got some other scores here from the area. Conotton Valley hosting Rosecrans. They're down 21-14 right now, and Malvern up on St. John's 20-0. Both of those games, Division 7.
2:30 to play in the first half. Back, resets from left to right. The handoff, Duttweiler going right after getting the ball from Moody. Got it to the 34-yard line, so certainly it's been an impressive first half for Duttweiler. A 2-yard touchdown run. Has made some nice plays as well in the Leopards secondary.
You can see the Leopards trying to stretch the defense, get the ball outside. They're not having a lot of success running the ball inside with the exception of a couple plays so far this half. But certainly the Leopards look like they have the speed. They're able to get to the edge a little bit quicker than these Mustangs, and that's really where they're trying to push the football right now.
3 Liberty wide receivers to the left, getting some pressure as Moody. He lost it toward the end zone and overthrows his intended receiver.
It's a really good job by the Mustang front four there as they were able to get some pressure on the quarterback. Looked like he was going to escape the outside, but they forced him to throw the ball down the field and overthrowing his wide receiver.
Third down from the 34-yard line. Well, if the Claymont defense could hold things here, boy, that would certainly help the situation. Trailing 18-0, and when Liberty started this possession, they had the ball in Mustang territory. The quarterback, DeJuan Moody, calling for the football, has it. Rolling a little to his left, trying to run. He gets a block. He goes inside the 35, left sideline 30, and out of bounds at about the Claymont 25.
Yeah, Moody gave a quick pump fake, and defensive end there for the Mustangs left his feet, and that's something you cannot do when you got a quarterback that can run the ball the way he can. And then he was able to, after that pump fake, get to the outside, pick up a big first down for the Leopards.
The ball's at 25. The officials stopping the clock. I think they wanted the clock stopped because Moody ran out of bounds. They didn't stop the clock. Now they're going to try and... There you have it.
Yeah, they continued to run the clock a little bit there after he ran out of bounds. And they're putting 7 seconds back on that clock.
So it'll go from 119, there we go, to 126. It first said 12 minutes and 60 seconds. So this talented Leopard team on the move to give to Duttweiler. He runs it off left tackle inside the 25 to the 23, a gain of 2, second down and 8. Clock continuing to roll. They've got some timeouts left if they choose to use them. Play coming in from the sideline with Cameron Coleman. Tells the quarterback, Moody, what head coach Dominic Prologo wants. Team huddles up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Under a minute to play. Man in motion, keeping the football is Moody. Moody inside the 20, down to about the 18, and now you will see Liberty call for a timeout. We'll keep things here as we draw closer and closer to our First National Bank of Denison halftime report. So Liberty on this particular drive doing a good job of managing the football, gaining a first down or two, and managing the clock well.
Yeah, it seems like they're managing the clock pretty well. They're getting down pretty tight now with 41 seconds left, but they are inside the red zone with a manageable third down right here. And certainly I would say if they don't get the first down, they're most likely going to go for it here. But Claymont not giving up those big plays and certainly making them drive the football 49 yards is much better than the last two possessions where they gave them short field and no field on that interception return for a touchdown.
It's 18-0, Liberty leading Claymont. The Mustang defense back out on the field. Now here comes the Liberty offense. Moody, the quarterback, Duttweiler, the running back. He's usually on his left or right hip. 3 receivers wide right. I can't imagine the way we've seen this team play for nearly 2 quarters that if they don't get a first down here that they're not going to go for it. Moody rolling right, throwing right. That pass dropped at the 6-yard line. Put it right on the hands of wide receiver Tyson Watson. So now 4th down.
Tyson Watson's frustrated with himself right there. There is a flag down on the field in the secondary. I'm not sure exactly what that flag is for. It looks like it might go against the Leopards, though.
Yes, the back judge who...
Oh, I did see him. He was frustrated, and he kicked that ball out of the end zone after he dropped it, and it ended up bouncing there around the blocking sled dummies. So that is going to be a dead ball delay of game because the officials couldn't get to the ball in time, and they were going to move it back. So now it's going to be 4th and 8 at the Mustangs' 23-yard line.
36.3 seconds remaining. As Josh mentioned, 4th down. Moody, Duttweiler in the backfield. 1 receiver wide left, 3 wide to the right for Liberty. Moody takes the snap. Thinking about pulling it down and running with it. He does, and he's stuck and goes down at the 25. Claymont holds on downs.
Mustangs take over on down, 1st and 10, ball on the 25-yard line.
Well, that's certainly what you want to see out of Claymont's defense right there is 4th down situation and coverage downfield as Moody tried to tuck it and run, but didn't really have much room at all to be able to get that football down the field. And Claymont takes over. Only 30 seconds left here in this half, so I wouldn't expect them to do something too crazy here. Probably take this ball into halftime and receive the football to start the second half, but we'll see what Buddy comes up with.
The ball on the 25. Claymont does have a couple of timeouts. Golick, the senior signal caller, brings a man in motion from right to left. Golick going to look left, throw it left sideline, and boy, tackled. That ball's picked, but that's coming back. They tackled the wide receiver. Moody had the pick, but the pass was intended for Mason Bailey, and he literally got tackled at about the 42.
Yeah, that was clearly pass interference. I was wondering when the flag was coming out. Looked like the official was digging for it, there in his pocket, and certainly 2 flags came out right there. But that was the thing I was concerned about, throwing the football down the field, risking a pick 6. But obviously that was clear pass interference there, so they're going to move that football up closer to midfield. I think it's going to be around the 40-yard line here with only 20 seconds left in this half.
So that's a 15-yard walk-off. Now that ball should be, I don't know that it matters, but that ball was on the 25. I don't know how what is that now, a 14-yard penalty? I mean, that ball should be right on the 40. As Josh was mentioning, 20 seconds of clock time left. Golick to snap, throws the ball right side, and that was nearly picked.
He had an open receiver, Golick did, that was cutting across the middle right there. He just threw it behind him, and fortunate for that ball not to be picked off.
That chews up 3.5 seconds off the clock, 17.1 to play in the first half. Liberty leading Claymont 18-0. 2nd and 10, the ball on the Mustang 39. Golick huddles his team up. And Claymont wants a timeout. They will take their first timeout of the half, meaning they've got 2 left. Coming up during our First National Bank of Denison upcoming halftime report, we'll have other scores from games around the valley, a number of teams, and opening round playoff action on this Friday, October 31st. Hey, don't forget, coming up tomorrow at 12 noon, the Ohio State Buckeyes in action as they clash with Penn State in Columbus. And boy, what a mess the Penn State season has been. In some polls, they were ranked number 1 in the country or number 2 in the country. They aren't anymore, and oh, by the way, their head coach got hammered.
It's a sad story if you're a Nittany Lion fan. Certainly they were ranked 2 in some polls, like you said, 1 in some polls, but it did not go the way they hoped, and the damage has been done years down the line because a number of their recruits that had committed to Penn State are now backing off. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Nittany Lions can accomplish this year and the next few years moving into the future. But I got the Buckeyes big this weekend.
2nd and 10 from the 39. Golick and his team ready to go. Takes the snap. Carson looking, getting pressure, trying to run away from it, but he'll be sacked back at the 36 on what will probably be the final play of the half. The clock rolling down, and that will indeed be the final play of the first half. We'll see if our sideline reporter, Ryan McClellan, can catch up with head coach Buddy White. We're looking toward the Claymont sideline. As Claymont trailing 18-0. We've got Ryan spotted at the 10-yard line. Here comes Coach White. And sometimes the coaches want to talk in this situation. Sometimes they don't. We'll find out whether or not Coach White will talk with Ryan here at the half.
I caught up here with Coach White here of the Claymont Mustangs. Coach White, what is the message going to be at halftime? You got to get this offense moving a little bit, get some encouragement, kids, get the kids excited. What is your message going to be to them?
You said it exactly. You know, we're not playing with any kind of passion. We're not playing with any kind of competitiveness right now. And I got to go in there and I got to get that right because this isn't the way we're supposed to play football. The biggest mess up was when we were on our 5-yard line and didn't score. That was what really, really started this. And so, we got some work to do. I ain't going to be passing out no Kool-Aid in the locker room.
All right, Coach, thanks. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
Another classic Coach White quote. No passing out Kool-Aid in the locker room, Josh.
I love that.
Hey, he tells it like it is, And we've reached the First National Bank of Denison halftime report. Liberty leading Claymont 18-0 with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
The Fraternal Order of Eagles is an international nonprofit organization uniting fraternally in the spirit of liberty, truth, justice, and equality to make human life more desirable by lessening its ills and promoting peace, prosperity, gladness, and hope. Locally, the Uhrichsville Eagles is a proud supporter of not only local school districts, but also local police and fire departments. To learn more about the Uhrichsville Eagles, they invite you to stop by and see how they are truly people helping people.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. At McInturf Realty, we're more than real estate professionals. We're your neighbors. We know Tuscarawas County like the back of our hand, and we care about helping you find the right home. Our realtors walk with you every step of the way, from negotiating contracts to catching the small stuff before it becomes a big deal. Selling or buying, McInturf Realty, your home field advantage. Relax, move on, and move in, and make the call to 330-364-SOLD.
Begin your transformational experience at Kent State University at Tuscarawas, where you will feel a sense of purpose, community, and belonging. Create your own path and choose from 30 bachelor's, associate, and certificate programs. Kent State Tuscarawas is home to 8 USCAA Division II men's and women's athletic teams, 19 active student clubs and organizations, and a community dedicated to helping you succeed in achieving your educational goals. Stay close to home and spend less at Kent State Tuscarawas. You belong here.
Everyone will be talking about tonight's Quaker football game at Michael's Restaurant tomorrow morning. Stop into Michael's for a homemade breakfast and recap tonight's game with your fellow Quaker fans. The eggs and home fries are fresh, the coffee is endless, the hot cakes are stacked high, and Quakers young and old will be reliving tonight's game. Stop in for a bite and show your Quaker pride. Michael's Restaurant is open 7 a.m. till 1 p.m. tomorrow at 134 East High Avenue in downtown Philly. Locally owned and operated by proud Quaker alum Doug McCahill. Go Quakers!
Halftime from Liberty Township, Ohio. We're at the half in the OHSAA opening round of the playoffs. Liberty leading Claymont 18-0. I'm Bill Morgan along with color analyst Josh Jarvis, our sideline reporter Ryan McClellan. Josh, should we question Ryan's toughness? He's down on the field. It's windy. It's cold. He's doing a great job, but I think he went Usain Bolt. When the clock got to zeros, he sprinted up here to the press box. I had no idea the man had speed like that.
I knew he had speed. He was my leadoff hitter. He was my center fielder, my leadoff hitter. I knew he had that kind of speed. I think he was just checking to make sure we had everything that we needed up here. I don't think it had anything to do with the cold.
Let me just very quickly explain to you the only negative I've seen about Ryan McClellan all year. Like a lot of the younger population, the guy never has cash in his pocket. So, for about the second or third time, he's asking the athletic director if they took a credit card at the concession stand, and he's like, oh, no, I think they might do Venmo, so I got to reach into my Billy Morgan wallet, give him money, and he go down there and got like 3 brats and brought me a bottle of water.
So he brought you something, and
with
then,
my money.
With your money, that makes sense.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the delivery charge. Haven't you used DoorDash before? There's a delivery charge for all that stuff.
His delivery. I know this is going to be hard to believe. His delivery charge is higher than DoorDash's. No, but Ryan's done a great job on the sidelines for us all throughout the course of the evening. You heard him talking to Coach White. If you are Coach White, what do you say to your team so when you come back out in the third quarter, you get your heads back up and try and get back in this game?
You say, like, we were in this game. It's gotten away from us here in the second quarter, but we can play with these guys. We played with them the first quarter. It was knotted up 0-0 in the first, at the end of the first quarter, and then early into the second quarter, like he said, they were down there around the 5-yard line. They went for it on 4th down. They did not get the first down or a touchdown. So certainly they can play with them. They just let it get away from it. Blocked punt. Interception return for a touchdown. Those are 2 of your 3 scores we've had tonight. So certainly they can play with this team. And now they just got a bigger hill to climb because, they've had some things not go their way in terms of defense and special teams.
And I think you bring up a really good point, and I realize people are saying, well, you guys Claymont homers on this. I mean, certainly we want Claymont to win, but the one legitimate touchdown they had was a 68-yard touchdown run by DeJuan Moody, but those other two were big plays that rolled in Liberty's favor. Claymont can get right back in this game, but they've got to clean up a few of the messes.
They got a big hill to climb. I mean, you're in week 11 and you're down 18 points, and you got a team that feels really confident now. And I'm not knocking anything they did. I mean, they came up huge. They had this, like you said, the 68-yard touchdown run, that blocked punt, that interception return for a touchdown. They have now scored in 3 phases of the game, and they only have 3 scores. So Liberty's doing exactly what they need to do. However, if Claymont can clean up some of their mistakes, they can play with them. They just you wonder if they have that big play. I know they have big play capabilities, but they're going to have to make some big plays and score pretty quickly here to overcome that 3-score deficit.
At the half, it is Liberty leading Claymont 18-0. Time now for our Kent State Tuscarawas scoreboard update. Hey, stay close to home, save money, earn a degree at Kent State Tuscarawas, and create your own success story by finding your passion and following your dreams. Begin your journey at Kent State Tuscarawas today by going online to kent.edu/Tusk. That's kent.edu/Tusk. And Josh, tell us about some of the other games involving area teams.
Well, looking at Division 6, Ridgewood making that huge trip over to Newcomerstown. The Ridgewood is winning right now 21-0. Garraway running away with it against Mineral Ridge as they're hosting Mineral Ridge. They're up 42-7 at the half. Looking into Division 7, you have Lucas down at Strasburg. Strasburg is winning 21-0. Conotton Valley in a close one with Rosecrans right now. Rosecrans is up by 1 late in the second quarter. Rosecrans beating Conotton Valley 21-20. Then you have St. John's down to Malvern as Malvern's hosting, also in Division 7. They're up 28-0. And the only other team in the area that we have, Indian Valley, they're on a bye and they're watching all these other games.
Right, certainly taking it in week 1, Coach Matt Lancaster's team. That is your Kent State Tuscarawas halftime scoreboard update. Hey, stay close to home, save money, earn a degree at Kent State Tuscarawas, and create your own success story by finding your passion and following your dreams at Kent State Tuscarawas. Begin your journey there tonight. You can do it by going to kent.edu/Tusk. That's kent.edu/TUSC. We'll take a timeout, come back, and give you a first half scoring recap, all brought to you by Kemp Insurance. Liberty leading Claymont 18-0 with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Rightmark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Rightmark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
Success on the football field takes more than just talent. It takes teamwork. Nathan and Don Kemp, along with the entire team at Kemp Insurance, bring that same team-first mentality to protecting what matters most to you. From auto and home to farm, business, and life, Kemp Insurance delivers an all-star lineup of coverage. For over 35 years, they've been your hometown agents on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Kemp Insurance, protecting your future, one play at a time.
Stepping Stone Crafts and More, located on Macaulay Drive in Uhrichsville, has everything you need to decorate your home or office for any season throughout the year. Stepping Stone is filled wall to wall with handmade crafts, candles, and more. Plus, when the weather gets better, Stepping Stone expands their selection with a variety of outdoor decor. To see all they offer, stop by 1745 Water Street in Uhrichsville or find Stepping Stone Crafts and More on Facebook.
You're locked into the First National Bank of Denison halftime report, thanks to all the great folks at the First National Bank of Denison with locations in Denison, Dover, New Philadelphia, And don't forget, you can get great online banking opportunities with First National as well at fnbdenison.com, fnbdenison.com, and their location in downtown Janaden-Hutton. First National Bank of Denison with our halftime report, and as a part of that halftime report, it is our Kemp Insurance Game Scoring Summary, brought to you by Nathan and Don Kemp at Kemp Insurance, East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Give Don or Nathan a call first thing on Monday morning, and they're happy to give you a free quote on all of your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, crop insurance, because Nathan and Don truly know how important agriculture is to Tuscarawas County. Kemp Insurance. It was a scoreless first quarter tonight between Claymont and Liberty, but then Liberty began to kick it into high gear. All started off by a 68-yard touchdown run by quarterback DeJuan Moody. Their 2-point try was no good, and the Leopards led it 6-0. They would quickly capitalize a short time later after blocking a Claymont punt. Then Dion Duttweiler would score from 2 yards out. They again missed out on a 2-point conversion try, and the Leopards had made it a 2-score game at 12-0 at the 6:23 mark of the second quarter. And Liberty would score one more time before the first half would come to a close on a Justin Nelms Jr. pick six. The point after try again no good, and Liberty leading it 18-0. That is your Kemp Insurance halftime scoring update. Brought to you by Nathan and Don Kemp, Kemp Insurance, longtime supporters of so many different things in and around Tuscarawas County, including high school athletics, the Tuscarawas County Fair, and much, much more. Kemp Insurance, East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Don and Nathan and their great staff happy to give you a free quote on all of your insurance needs at Kemp Insurance. Josh, while in the background, we hear the Liberty Marching Band down on the field. Defensively, if you're Buddy White and his team, what do you have to do better in the second half to give your offense an opportunity to move down the field?
Well, just talk about in the locker room what you did in the first quarter. They were able to give up a couple first downs on that first drive, but, you know, Liberty got the ball to about midfield, forced them to punt. That was an errant punt that went out of bounds and didn't get the ball very far. And then on that second drive, they went 3 and out. So certainly, as we mentioned earlier, they have the capabilities defensively. Is that 168-yard run that was given up for that long touchdown. Certainly they need to get back to playing Claymont football. They need to be aggressive, just like Buddy White said earlier before we started this season. He wants guys that are strong, he wants guys that are aggressive, and they want to be mean. And you see that out of them in times, and they've done a pretty decent job defensively. They just need to square things up a little bit. I think you're going to see Liberty attacking the outside a little bit more because they're not getting much on the inside, so certainly they need to be aware of that with their outside linebackers and their corners. But Claymont has the ability to be able to shut Liberty down, but Liberty also has some big players on their team that they're able to make some explosive plays.
Our color analyst, Josh Jarvis with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley. And my phone lighting up with text, including from a guy who is claiming to be the president of the Josh Jarvis fan club. Do you know Tony Lane?
Oh, I do know. Tony Lane, yes, absolutely I know Tony Lane. He does a tremendous job. The Dude Network.
Yes.
I follow him on Instagram. If you're not following him on the Dude Network, he does a number of different things. He's on all social media platforms. Tony Lane, great guy. He's a radio broadcast guy. He's done a number of games. He actually came when I was teaching at Garraway. He came into Garraway. We had him speak to the students and talk about broadcasting and stuff. That was long before I ever got into this a little bit. He does a tremendous job. Tony Lane, great guy.
Now, interestingly enough, Tony Lane and I are related.
Are you?
Sort of. It's kind of like a really crooked family tree. His dad is married to one of my wife's sisters, but my wife's sister is not his mom. It's very confusing.
It's confusing, but I think I'm following. I'm following.
We're kind of like, I don't know. Would that make him My step-nephew 2 times removed or something like that?
You know what? I always have to ask my wife on those things. When
Very
it comes
confusing.
to that tree and stuff like that,
Yes.
I got to say, how are we related? She usually knows. But certainly being related to Tony Lane is not a bad thing. Certainly if you have any place that you're looking to go for food-wise, he's got the lowdown on every single place. He'll point you in the right direction.
When we have these family get-togethers, he's always bringing some fancified dish. Me, I bring a bag of chips. Tony's got something that he made a recipe up. He got one from somebody who knows him on the Dude Network, so certainly good to hear from Tony tonight.
It absolutely is. Night Train, love you listening, buddy.
Also, we are glad to have as a part of our team, as we've had all season long, Ryan McClellan. Ryan, your perspective certainly different from ours. We're up here in the press box. You're down on the sideline, except for now, trying to warm things up a little bit in the press box. What was your outlook on what you saw in the first 2 quarters?
Yeah, guys, I thought Claymont came out excited. They were pumped up in the first quarter there. I saw players were getting up next to each other, and it was just so excitement. And they were doing a really good job in the first 2 possessions, forcing Liberty to punt the ball, give up field position. And then their offense, it led to their offense. It gave them momentum. The offense started to move some things there. They got all the way in the goal line, and unfortunately they didn't come up with a score. When that happens, you kind of lose the momentum, and it gets shifted. It's all about football is all about the momentum and the line of scrimmage, and there's so much into it, and it seems like the wind got knocked out of them a little bit. Now they're at halftime. They're back at halftime, sitting there talking a little bit. Buddy White's going to get them back pumped up like we saw in the first quarter there, and look forward to seeing this offense be a completely different team than what you saw there in the second quarter.
Ryan Hollywood McClellan, a great job reporting for us from the sidelines all throughout the course of the season. We'll take a timeout as a part of our First National Bank of Denison halftime show. And when we come back, we'll get you ready to go for second half play-by-play. The opening round of the OHSAA playoffs with Liberty leading Claymont 18-0 from Claxon Communications, Big Z Sports, and the sports voice of the Valley.
We love our pets, accidents and messes included, and Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love them even more with protection from everyday messes and odors. Shaw Pet Perfect Flooring from Williams Floor Covering features built-in protection from stains, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect, designed for you, perfect for your pet. Right now, save $2 a yard on Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect styles only at Williams Floor Covering, 122 South Worcester Avenue by the bridge in Dover.
This is Brian Williams, commercial lender with the First National Bank of Denison. The day you decided to open your business, you planted the seed. As your roots become stronger, the First National Bank of Denison is here to help your business grow. Strong businesses make strong communities, and because we live, work, and raise our families here, your business benefits us all. Whether you need more space, equipment, or inventory, come see us today for your next business loan. We are a local bank with local decision makers, and your success is our greatest reward. At the First National Bank of Denison, we have our roots where others have their branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The First National Bank of Denison halftime report continuing from Liberty Township, Ohio, where the Liberty Leopards lead Claymont at the half 18-0. Our live stream video broadcast being powered your way in part by DJ's Welding and Construction, along with Stepping Stone Crafts and more. Also helping to make it happen, Mustang Trucking and Old Warehouse Ceramics, a part of our live broadcast tonight. And a thanks to the team at Claxon Communications for what they do as well. Bryce and I rode up here from the WTUZ parking lot, and he got in the car. The equipment was in the car. He didn't stop talking until we got to Liberty Township.
Bryce did a tremendous job getting us set up here. A little stressed, a little scrambled.
Yes, there were some technology challenges with the internet when we first got here. Make no doubt about that.
But what Football Friday do we have where we have no technology challenges? I mean, it all comes together. It eventually gets there. There's a few hiccups along the way, but he's done a great job setting us up tonight.
Eventually, what's going to happen by the time that Bryce is running these, he really wants to be Josh Jarvis. He wants to talk, and he's done some games, and he's done a great job. But eventually, all these high school press boxes are going to have Ethernet lines. They don't now. Most of them don't. But when they do, that takes away some of the technology challenges we
yeah,
have.
Yeah, it certainly does. We're checking which phone has the best signal that we
Yes.
can connect to and stuff like that. And down the road, down the line, as this expands, I mean, certainly it's come a way, way further than I ever dreamed it would from when I was playing football back in the late 90s. But it's great. It's a great opportunity for fans from all over the place. We have people listening from all over the country.
We really do.
And people are able to watch games, and grandparents that may not live in the same state are able to watch these games. So it's a phenomenal opportunity for these people to be able to see their grandkids or even see their cousins, nephews, whatever along that tree line that they're down, that they're related. But it is a really great thing, and eventually we'll get to that point. But hey, we roll with it. We roll with the punches, and we always get on the air every week.
By the way, before we get right back into the X's and O's, which is in the score, 18-0 Liberty leading Claymont, which is what the people want to hear about, you do a great job on your color analysis, having played, having been an assistant coach. We mentioned during the pregame show, with it being Halloween, a lot of the band members from Liberty were dressed up, and including somebody who was dressed up in a huge, kind of an inflatable Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants costume, and you believe in your heart of Josh Jarvis' hearts that Patrick, during the halftime show, was playing an instrument.
I think he was playing an instrument inside of the inflatable Patrick costume, because you can see with the lights just hitting inside that his what's supposed to be his mouth. You can see brass a little bit, I felt like there. So I don't know if he's playing the trumpet or what he's playing, but I really feel like there's an instrument inside of Patrick.
As you watch, thanks to Big Z and Claxon Communications and the Sports Voice of the Valley, let me very pleasantly explain this to you. Nowhere else are you getting Patrick breakdown coverage like you are with Big Z Sports. It is 18-0. The captains meeting out at midfield to talk about which direction they're going. And having said all that, how important is the first possession for Claymont?
Well, you're already 24 minutes into this game. You only have 24 minutes left in this football game, and down 3 scores, that's a lot. That's a lot. So certainly you want to see a good drive. You love to come away with points if you're Claymont here. If you're Liberty, you're looking for a quick stop to get the football back, because then you can start really working on that clock. But as you're looking at 2 12-minute quarters, certainly Claymont, if they want a chance to get back in this football game, they are going to have to do something with this first drive.
Hey, coming up after the game, Josh and Ryan and I will name a Subway player of the game. Subway Eat Fresh. They're in Uhrichsville. They're in Dover, New Philadelphia. They're in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, all across the area. Subway Eat Fresh. Now, as wonderful as the hospitality has been here from the great folks at Liberty, we don't have any food. I mean, Subway would be great right now.
Subway would be great right now.
Yes, it would be.
I think we were spoiled week 10 when we were at the Philly-Dover game.
Oh,
when
my.
They had Sammy Sue's, and
yes.
it was absolutely phenomenal. They had brisket up there. Hey, great facility. They've been very accommodating to us. But you're right. There is no food up here, so certainly Subway might be an option on the way home.
There's no doubt about that. Thanks to Bryce. Bryce, who's your cameraman? Trevor. He's so cold he had to think about that for a second. So thanks to Bryce, thanks to Trevor, and Casey Claxon from Claxon Communications on the video side of what we're doing tonight. Our second half kickoff being brought to you by the Tuscarawas County YMCA. They're in Monroe and Dover. They got a 24/7 fitness center. The Tuscarawas County YMCA. So, Liberty in their home maroon jerseys with gold numbers, Claymont on their road whites with brown numbers and letters trimmed in orange. Back to receive, Jackson Jinks and Mr. Searcy. And we'll see what Claymont comes out and does here in the beginning part of the third quarter. Drayvon Searcy, only a junior. That's good for Mustang fans. And Jinks, a junior as well. So certainly a lot of senior talent on this team. They are some of the underclassmen who have played key roles this year and will continue to do so. Helaman Garcia to boot the football away. Bounces at about the 10. Jinks fields it, Left side at the 7, across the 10, 15-20, jumps over defender, 25-30, 35-40, 41-42, spins, and a 44-yard mark is where he goes out of bounds on a return of 37 yards, and that's what Claymont needed to start this second half.
That's what you want to see out of Claymont right there. He did a tremendous job just going right through the middle of that kickoff team and leaping a player and then able to get to the 44-yard line. So certainly what you want to see if you're Claymont, setting up in good field position to start this drive to open up the third quarter.
You know, I don't know if Liberty noticed it, but on the kickoff return unit, Searcy and Jinx flipped sides of the field. Searcy had been left, Jinx had been right in the first half. They flipped to start the second half. 1st and 10 Mustangs from the 44 after the big Jackson-Jinx kickoff return. Golick will be underneath center on the first play from scrimmage. Pitches to Searcy, trying to sweep it right. Eludes one tackler, but then he's brought down back at the 39, a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, Searcy tried to cut that ball upfield early right there and then saw a defender in his face, so he tried to bounce it wide then, but defender's able to get to him quickly to knock him down for a loss.
Really a great job by the Liberty defense. It would be the left side of their defense, really stringing that play out and not letting Searcy get around the corner. An 18-0 Liberty Leopard lead as the third quarter gets underway. Claymont will put 3 receivers wide to the left side of the field, 2 wide right. This time, instead of underneath center, Golick in the pistol. Takes the snap, throws the ball. It's complete to Searcy. Searcy at the 45. He's to the 50. He's into Liberty territory at the 48. The completion from Golick to Searcy.
And again, they ran that deep orbit motion where the slot wide receiver is going out wide, and Liberty's, that's what they got their pick 6 on, but they pump faked that one way, got that slant in quickly.
Got a Liberty player down on the field. The officials will stop the clock down for the Leopards. That's Josiah Hill.
You saw Hill limping at the end of that play, and he was trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he eventually went down just before Claymont snapped the football.
If you bought a ticket in tonight's 50-50 raffle, we're going to draw that winner in just a few minutes.
Looks like it might have just been a cramp as somebody from their training staff helps him up, but because they stopped the clock, for him, he'll have to come off the field for one play. On the completion on that last play from Golick to Searcy, they gained about 7, so it sets up third and short, about 3 for the Mustangs from the Leopards' 49-yard line. High formation in the backfield. The handoff going to go to Searcy, running right, gets hit at the 49, fights ahead to the 48-yard line. A gain of 1, 4th down and 2 Mustangs.
Searcy, the ball carrier, brought down by Amar Watson.
So does Claymont go for it? Looks like they're going to. Carson Golick over with a long conversation on the Mustang sideline, comes back out onto the field.
Here's a situation where you certainly need to get this first down. You don't want to turn the football over on downs here at midfield. Let's see what Coach White comes up with here on this play.
Eye behind Golick. Carson underneath center. Turns hand, Searcy running right, burst, first down. And I apologize, I believe that was not Searcy on the carry that time. But instead, it was Easton Hersey on the carry and picking up the first down to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, they made contact with Hersey real quick there, right about the line of scrimmage, but he powered straight through it, got a big 7-8 yard gain for a first down.
1st and 10, Claymont. Ball on the right hash at the 41 of Liberty. The handoff again goes to Hersey. He goes inside the 40 down to the 39. So a different kind of back than Searcy. Kind of a straight ahead power runner.
He's more of a straight ahead downhill runner. Searcy tries to pick his spots, and they both have their strengths, but Hersey's the kind of guy that runs right into contact as quickly and as hard as he possibly can.
Officially on that first down, Toad, a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 Mustangs. Golick looking over that defense, hands off, and Hersey that time lost yardage, probably about 3 yards, bringing up a 3rd and 11 play call for the Mustangs. Claymont in the postseason for the first time since the 90s.
Leopards were able to get penetration in the backfield pretty quickly. They got another man down here.
Brought down by Watson. Timeout for an injured player.
So we will take a brief timeout as well. 8:33 to play. We are in the third quarter. Liberty leading Claymont 18-0 with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
Whether you're looking for a little extra income on the side or an exciting full-time career with endless potential for advancement, our local McDonald's has an opportunity for you. Flexible schedules, competitive pay, fun perks, and a supportive team environment are all part of the package. A job at McDonald's is one of a kind, just like you. Wherever you are in life, you can find a meaningful career at McDonald's, and it comes with a side of whatever makes you happy. Apply online at mcdonalds.com today.
Whatever you say, boss.
The voice of the Valley, WJER, and Big Z Sports. Fortunately, the young man that was down for Liberty is up and off the field underneath his own power. That's Amar Watson. And when they stop the clock because of an injury, that player has to leave the field. And by the way, in his case, even if he had not been injured, he would have had to leave the field. His helmet came off. So 3rd down and 12 for Claymont. Golick, the snap, throws the ball over. It's caught, but then dropped at the 35. Well, they went for it on 4th down last time, but of course it's a little bit longer distance as we're in 4th down in double digits.
There's the same slant play where they fake the flare to the outside and throw it to Searcy again. Searcy had his hands on it. He just wasn't able to reel it in.
It looks this time like Claymont's going to punt the football. And punt it they will. Going to be fielded, juggled at the 15, trying to run away from it is Duttweiler. He goes all the way across the field. That could be trouble. Right sideline, 20, 30, 35, 40. A block. He is going to go all the way. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Liberty on a 90-yard punt return for a score.
Wow, looked like he was going to be bottled up there, but certainly was able to get the edge. And as soon as he got the edge, he had a blocker out in front of him that absolutely broke it open for him to score that 90-yard touchdown.
So if they can convert the extra point here, it becomes a 4-score game. Right now, 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, technically a 3-score game. But certainly part of the Liberty story tonight has been their successful execution of the big play.
In all aspects of the game.
A blocked punt, a punt return for a score, a pick 6 for a score. Garcia on to try the point after. His kick is up, and it is good. So it becomes a 4-score game at the 7:59 mark of the third quarter. 25-0. Liberty. And they haven't even touched the ball in terms of an offensive play from scrimmage, Josh, here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, they haven't had the football other than that punt return right there. And Claymont, you saw them moving the football again down the field, just not able to get that big first down there as they got behind the sticks, 4th and long. And certainly, if you're a Claymont fan, not what you want to see there on that punt. It was a really good punt. But if you're a Liberty fan, that was a pretty amazing touchdown run.
They certainly, they being Liberty, have some big players on this team. No question about that.
That's true. They really do. And you're seeing it in all aspects of the game. There's a number of different guys that you can get the football in their hand and they can make it
go to the house at any time.
House,
yes.
Hurt you pretty bad.
25-0 Liberty. I mean, kind of hard to believe at this point in the game, getting close to the midway point of the third quarter. This was a scoreless game after 12 minutes. Garcia to kick it off. And they try to, interestingly enough, go back to Searcy, but that ball rolls out of bounds on the right sideline.
And flag goes down.
So that will be against the Leopards.
Leopards certainly saw that Searcy and Jinx switched sides there, so it looks like they want to keep the football away from Jinx there on the kickoff because they kicked it to the other side towards Searcy there. But that one went out of bounds, which is going to put the ball at the 35-yard line.
So 1st and 10, Mustangs. From the 35-yard line. And Liberty, interestingly enough, going to call for time before the Mustangs can snap the football. Hey, don't forget, coming up on WJER Radio tomorrow, it is all the action of Ohio State Buckeye football. The Buckeyes and Penn State. I'll be the first to admit I'm an Ohio State homer, and I hope they lay it to Penn State. Jim Knowles throws the Buckeyes to the curbside. He goes to State College. Hey, Jimmy, how's that gone, my friend?
Okay, I wasn't going to bring that up, but yes, it's going to be a good feeling tomorrow. At least, certainly, I hope so. I'm a big Ohio State fan too. I was actually born as my dad was attending Ohio State. So
really,
I was born at Riverside Hospital down there in Columbus,
just off of 315.
Yep,
yes.
Right down there. And so I was born an Ohio State fan, and certainly I love to watch them whoop up on Penn State. So hopefully that's what we'll see tomorrow.
So Liberty calling the timeout. Now both teams back out onto the field. The Liberty D out there. The Claymont Mustang offense was already there. Carson Golick looking to the sideline to see if the play call's different after Coach Buddy White takes a look at the defense of Liberty. Searcy in the backfield. He is on the right hip of Golick. Golick calls for the football, hands it off to Searcy, trying to sweep it left, has to cut it back, and he just gets drilled at about the 33. Well, really, I think in part the speed of this Liberty defense has not allowed Searcy to find an edge either way.
Yeah, he tried to cut that ball inside, and they're just not able to get the edge with the team speed that Liberty has here. So he cut that ball inside and took a big hit as he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down and long. Golick gets the snap. Carson rolling right, throwing right down the field, and incomplete as he tried to get the ball into the hands near the right sideline of Mason Bailey, a senior.
Yeah, Mason Bailey had a step on the defender there, and he was open. Golick made a good throw, just barely out of the outstretched arms there of Mason Bailey.
So third down and long. And I guess here's where it becomes especially challenging if you're a coach. You're down by 4 scores, middle of the third quarter, 25-0. If you don't pick up a first down here, I don't think you want to give the ball up to Liberty by going for it on fourth down. That's why they pay Buddy White. Mm-hmm. Golick back to pass throwing left. It is complete, and that is a Claymont first down. This time they ran a similar play opposite side of the field. They got it to Mason Bailey, and that is a Mustangs first down.
Yeah, Bailey had a defender draped all over him. Did a great job of coming down with that football.
Golick with the snap, rolling right, looking, throws the ball intentionally out of bounds. Smart move, not trying to force it in somewhere.
And you see Claymont getting to the line quickly there when the clock is moving there. They know that time is not on their side, so they're going to get to the line of scrimmage as quickly as they possibly can to snap that football.
2nd and 10 Mustangs from their own 47-yard line. Make sure to keep up with Big Z Sports, especially on the Facebook page. Adam Saweski and Chris Kale and Roger Metzer will get you updated on what's happening in all of tonight's game, what will happen with our Week 2 coverage, handoff, and running room to the left sideline. Seriously, he's finally knocked out of bounds, but after a nice run all the way down to the Liberty 31.
Yeah, that was a great run by Searcy. He got bottled up a little bit there inside the line, inside the interior offensive and defensive line there, but then he was able to bounce it outside and pick up a huge first down as Claymont's moving the football here in the middle of this third quarter.
A gain of 22 for Searcy. Golick with the snap, looking, throws it left, complete at the 25. Making the grab that time for the Mustangs, Nolan McMorrow.
Yep.
And I believe it's Nolan's brother who does great social media work for us, kind of our Mustang correspondent all year. So the McMorrow family doing a great job. That pitch to Searcy, running right, goes inside the 25, down to the 23, bringing up a 3rd and short play call for the Mustangs.
Again, the Mustangs are quickly getting the line of scrimmage this time. 3rd and short. Golick taking his time as he over there talking to Coach White to see what play they're going to run.
The clock, 5:48 and counting in the third quarter. Right now, Liberty a big 25-point lead.
One thing they don't have here is a play clock in the end zone. I keep looking down to see where the play clock is, and they do not have a play clock on this field.
I hadn't noticed that until you said it. The snap and running first down. Speaking of McMorrow, he picks it up, the first down on the direct snap to Nolan. A big Claymont first down on the run by the senior.
And they're back to the line quickly.
1st and 10, right hash at the 15. Again to McMorrow. Again he runs right. Goes inside the 15, down to the 12, a gain of about 3.
Claymont in business here as they're moving the football down the field. Getting close to where they were on that second drive of the game, just inside that 10-yard line.
Golick, a quick sprint over the Mustang sideline, now back into the huddle. 2nd down and 7 for the Mustangs. The second time tonight they've had that ball in the red zone. Handoff, Claymont running left and picking up some yardage inside the 10, down to about the 9-yard line. Hersey, another carry. We mentioned earlier on that he's a different kind of back than Searcy, and a nice gain, 3rd down at about 3 for Claymont with the football, and they're about exactly to where they were before in that other deep drive at about the 7-yard line. This time trying to capitalize is Claymont. Golick hands off to Searcy, and he gets absolutely stuck in the backfield. It was that same outstanding Liberty defender who had the pick 6, Justin Nelms Jr.
Yeah, Justin got into the backfield. He was 3 yards deep in the backfield by the time Searcy got that football. Making a huge stop and setting up a 4th and about 8 here.
Obviously, Claymont having to go for it. Down 25-0. 3:35 to go here in the third quarter. Golick, a quick glance at the defense, takes the snap, throws the ball left. Jinks jumps for it. Incomplete. And the Mustangs will turn it over on downs. And now a penalty flag flies.
That came from the back judge there.
Wow, this is going to be interesting. If that's any kind of interference either way, offensive or defensive.
No, I think that's going to be unsportsmanlike because it was thrown well after the play.
It was. You are correct.
So it might be Liberty's football.
Wow. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Liberty, and that, I believe, is an...
Well, that's going to be after the play. It's a dead ball foul, so Liberty does get the football. It's going to go half the distance to the goal, and it will be Liberty's football.
So a change of possession, despite the unsportsmanlike penalty.
When you saw Liberty defender with his hands out right away, there certainly was something said because he was not anywhere near a Claymont offensive football player there when that happened. So certainly, I'm sure there was something that was said on the field that the official said, "No, we're not going to stand for that."
So after the walk-up of the penalty, it'll be first down, Liberty. The ball at about the 6.5. The snap, Moody going to keep it. Penalty flag flies in kind of late, and I believe that's going to be false start. Now they mark it off half the distance. And I guess one of the things, and this is what happens when we don't have the OHSAA rule book in our pockets, which generally speaking we don't, but I thought maybe that unsportsmanlike would have been half the distance to the goal off the spot that Claymont had it on the 4th down try, but apparently not. Moody bringing a man in motion. Handoff, Duttweiler running straight ahead.
Duttweiler, the ball carrier, brought down by Fair.
Got back to the original line of scrimmage, plus about a yard, 2nd and long. Certainly Duttweiler, a couple of huge plays in this game. Moody, a huge play. Nice run by Moody on the keeper. But the Claymont defense does catch up to him. Shy of the first down.
Yeah, they faked that jet motion, and that's kind of dangerous. You see a couple guys running different directions, and Moody certainly dangerous enough himself with the football as he faked that and was almost got loose, but was tripped up just before the first down.
3rd down and short for Liberty. They lead 25-0. Moody going to keep it, going to run it left, and looks like he has enough, and he does, for another Leopards first down.
Yep, and as we get down to 2 minutes left in this third quarter, Liberty is in absolutely no hurry to run plays in there as time is on their side.
Oh, and that's simply, of course, on their part, smart football. When you're up 25-0 and the clock's under 2 minutes to play. Moody, hands off, running straight ahead, and boy, running the football hard.
Yeah, it took a number of Mustang defenders to get him on the ground there. I think we're going to see a steady diet of Moody here for the rest of this football game.
Moody, Duttweiler, Moody. Certainly an outstanding duo in that Leopards backfield.
Anytime you have two guys rush for 1,000 yards in one season.
good players and an even better team. That time, Claymont doing a good job of surging and stopping Tutwiler.
Just going to set him up for 3rd and about 5 here.
We were mentioning earlier on during the broadcast, in case you missed it, the top 4 teams in each region, whether it's Division 5 like this one or others, they get a bye in the first round, which is something new in OHSAA playoff action. So those teams getting a week off. Moody fakes the handoff. Now he's going to run it right across the 30 up to the 32, leaning ahead to the 33. Good enough for a Liberty first down.
Yep, just got the ball just beyond those sticks there, just about a yard past that first down marker.
Once they reset the chains, then the clock will roll, and I don't think we're going to see another play here in the third quarter. The clock again rolling, and the third quarter will come to a close after 3 quarters tonight near Youngstown. It is Liberty leading Claymont 25-0 with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what you need, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
After 3 quarters of OHSAA football playoff action in the battle between Claymont and Liberty, Liberty leading the Mustangs 25-0. And our live video stream being brought to you by Old Warehouse Ceramics, Mustang Trucking, along with DJ's Welding and Construction and Stepping Stone Crafts and more. Another running play, no surprise there to Tutwiler. Gains a couple of yards, 2nd down and 8. Moody going to keep the football this time around the right end and gets to the line of scrimmage, then pushed back, but they will give him forward progress, so 3rd down and long.
Moody was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage as the Claymont defender almost had him about 3 yards in the backfield there, but he's an elusive back, runs with power. He's shifty back there, so he's able to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage.
The ball at the 36-yard line, right hash, the Leopards, as Josh was mentioning, even as the third quarter was winding to a close, taking their time, getting back to the line of scrimmage. And what do we got? Maybe a timeout?
No, there's a flag on the field. Might be an illegal snap, I don't know.
We're about to find out. False start.
Number 50 of the offense, that was the center, I believe.
Hey, don't forget, after you catch the wrap-up of this live stream, the Big Z Sports Show, brought to you by TMK Valley Propane. All the scores from all the playoff games across the area as Adam Saweski, Roger Metzger, and Chris Kale get you up to date from the studios at 2424 East High, both on 99.9 AM 1450 and 100.9. And now Liberty calling for time. I think they had confusion. They had two guys in motion. And while Liberty discusses that, speaking of some of those other scores from playoff matchups around the Valley, Josh Jarvis has those.
There is a final in Newcomerstown. Ridgewood defeats Newcomerstown 28-6. Garraway in the fourth quarter is up against Mineral Ridge 49-7. Moving on, Lucas just scored on an 82-yard touchdown run, so they draw that a little bit closer. Strasburg is still leading Lucas 21-14. Conotton Valley putting up some points right now. They are up 42-21 against Zanesville Rosecrans. And finally, we have Malvern shutting out St. John 34-0.
So certainly IVC teams, some of them advancing into what will be Week 2 action in Big Z, the Sports Voice of the Valley. We'll keep you updated on second round playoff coverage. So 3rd down and 12. The ball at the 31-yard line. The snap, Moody throwing incomplete. Had a man open, it would have been good for the first down.
Well, Jenks looked like he was right there in that area, too. He turned his head around right before the football was released. He looked like he was in position to get a pick there, but big stop for Claymont. Only about just over 10 minutes left to play here, so they certainly need to do something quickly if they want any chance at getting back in this football game. But 25-point deficit, that's a big one with only 10 minutes left.
So Garcia on to punt the football away for Liberty. And now I think a penalty call is going to go against Liberty. Things getting a little bit sloppy here in the early stages of the fourth quarter.
Red ball, false start, number 16 in the offense. 5 yards, 12-4 5.
So 5 more yards in the wrong direction as far as the Leopards are concerned. And another penalty flag.
Punter went ahead and punted that ball and punted it out of bounds just beyond his own 40. So
another false start on Liberty. Well, should the Leopards hang on to win this game and leading 25-0 here in the fourth quarter, chances are they probably will. Coach going to work a little bit on these penalties before Week 2 action.
Certainly you don't want to see that late in the football game when you got a commanding lead.
Garcia now standing inside his own 10-yard line. Gets a end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded at the 45, and Jenks dumped right where he caught it at the 45 of Claymont.
Yeah, good punt coverage on that punt. Much better punt than the previous one there on that penalty, but Jenks was able to get the football, and they were on him quickly.
So the Claymont offense going to get another opportunity at it. We are in the beginning of the fourth quarter. 10:02 to play in regulation. Liberty leading 25-0. This game scoreless at the end of the opening 12 minutes. At the half, Liberty led it 18-0. They had a touchdown and a PAT in the third quarter, and that's where the score is at 25-0. Go look back to pass, completes it, right sideline. For a short gain into the hands of Searcy.
That ball was floated just high enough over a defender right there, and Searcy was able to go up and get it for that short gain. But
a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Jinks going wide left side of the field. 4 Mustang receivers wide right. Carson Golick in the pistol takes the snap, throws it left. It is complete inside the 45, and Jinks carrying a tackler with him down to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, we haven't seen them get the ball in the hands of Jinks on offense too much, but he's a big target, big wide receiver, does a great job of coming down with that football.
Golick again back to pass. Scrambling away to his right, throws it right, incomplete. A late penalty flag flies in from the back judge.
Well, that was a defensive hold. That's an easy one to call there. Cameron Coleman tackled the slanting wide receiver long before the ball ever went in the air. So that's an easy call there, holding on the defense.
So that walk-off against Liberty takes the ball down to the Leopards 40. I'm sorry, I'll reset that. That was the line of scrimmage, was the 40. It goes down to the 30, and we're laughing because the Liberty fans down below us leading 25-0 are booing a rather obvious penalty call on the home team.
They must not have seen it because that was a clear tackle.
Golick throwing left and unable to rein it in. A pass toward the left.
Jinks just losing his feet there as he tried to curl up to get that football and going to the ground. He got his hands on it, just wasn't able to reel it in.
Jinks certainly good athlete, big lanky frame out there, that wide receiver spot for Coach Buddy White's team. The incompletion, stopping the clock. 9:32 to go. Obviously, everything for Claymont, 4-down territory at this point. This time, 3 Mustangs, wide right side of the field. That side goal looks looking. Now, pass going to be complete, but I think that play's coming back. Probably a holding call on Claymont.
Yeah, that was a great throw and catch, but this one's definitely coming back as that flag was thrown.
Well, it happened essentially right in front of the referee, so, I mean, there's a lot of holding and grabbing on every single play, both teams, but when it happens and the quarterback escapes a little bit to give himself some space to throw, they're going to toss that every time. So now the ball goes back to the 40, which was where it was before they called defensive holding 2 plays ago on Liberty. $20 to go to pick up a first down. Golick has the snap, has a little bit of time, but now he's going to be sacked way back at the 48.
Certainly not a position you want to be in. 3rd and 32. You're on your own 48-yard line, and to get a first down, you got to get to their 20.
Now, what you generally try to do in these situations, hopefully you don't face too many of them over the course of a year, but you don't have 3rd and 32 in the playbook, so you're going to try and get back a chunk of it here to try and maybe make it doable on 4th down. Golick with the snap, again getting some heavy pressure, completes a pass, 50. It's Jinks has it, running left sideline, and kind of does what we were talking about. Gets a part of it back, making it 4th and somewhat manageable.
Yeah, that was a great job. He had 4 blockers out in front of him there. Certainly, you have Liberty playing very soft there because they're not going to give up anything big, but able to get that back to 4th and 14 is much more manageable than 3rd and 33.
So, going for it, the ball, trying to get it to Jinks. Well, that ball was caught, and they get a first down. I don't know if that was tipped. I didn't even see that.
That was the old hook and ladder as the what was it? Was the ball tipped? It looked, oh my goodness. Maybe it was. Certainly, if you're watching on the live stream, you can just rewind it a little bit there and see what happened. I couldn't tell if it was a hook and ladder, if the ball was tipped, but certainly there was a guy running on the outside that was able to pick that ball up and scoot down for a big first down.
Now, Claymont. No, excuse me, Liberty going to call timeout here. Now, and you would imagine maybe they're talking about, hey, let's have a little bit of defensive pride here. We've kept them off the scoreboard thus far. Let's try and keep it that way. Meanwhile, Claymont, the opposite side of that argument. They're probably not going to get 25 points in the last several minutes. Stranger things have happened, but they'd like to get on the scoreboard in their first playoff appearance.
And just got confirmation from somebody watching the live stream. Jinx did catch the football, lateraled it back to Searcy, and Searcy was able to get the sideline. That was the good old-fashioned hook and ladder. Thanks, Craig Host, for going back and looking at that for me.
I think we may have to pay Craig.
I know.
I mean, he's got more airtime than half the players. So first down, Claymont. The ball at the 17 of Liberty. Third time Claymont's been in the red zone. Handoff, and that's going to be a loss of about 8 yards in the backfield. The handoff into the hands of Mason Bailey.
Well, we are now on 99.9 right now, and if you're just joining us, the game that you were listening to earlier, Claymont made it in the red zone for the third time tonight, but they have not been able to put the ball in the end zone as Liberty is leading 25-0.
Carson Golick, the quarterback, has the football, throws it right over the middle. It's complete, down to about the 15-yard line.
It's a great catch by Mason Bailey there as he got hit immediately, but was able to hold on to the football, setting up a 3rd and about 6.
So Claymont obviously going for everything here. 4-down territory. Golick getting pressure, throws the ball toward the end zone, and that pass is caught. Yes, no.
We had one guy signaling touchdown. There is a flag on the field.
That's going to be pass interference on Liberty. One of the Claymont receivers got knocked down. You can see the officials having a conference.
And now they're going to run over to Coach White and explain to him. We had an official on our side of the field at the goal line signaling touchdown. Well, the official that was right next to the play did not signal anything. It looks like they're walking the ball to the 3-yard line.
The Claymont Mustangs do score, as you heard the official mention. We said that's probably going to be pass interference. It was on Liberty, and the Mustangs score.
That was a great throw and catch as I ran that wheel route right at the corner of the pylon right there for Claymont to get on the board for the first time tonight.
25-6. Claymont will try the PAT. And the kick is up. And it is good. So the Mustangs do dent the scoreboard here at Liberty. It's 25-7. We'll take a timeout and come back with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
When it comes to one of the most important transactions of your life, you need a team that understands you. Republic State Mortgage. Proudly supporting our local community, Republic State Mortgage specializes in FHA, VA, USDA, and conventional loans to help you find your way home. Call 330-339-4335 today. Republic State Mortgage, 1234 4th Street Southwest in New Philadelphia. Building relationships one home at a time.
NMLS number 211540. NMLS ID 62411. An equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated for more than 50 years, Dover Brake specializes in sales and service of everything involving automotive and heavy-duty brakes, along with a vast selection of truck parts and accessories. They also offer alignment, custom U-bolt bending, industrial sandblasting, bonding, and more. And now, you can find the parts you're searching for with a complete in-store inventory updated regularly at DoverBrakeInc.com. Safely shop and pay online and have your purchase delivered, or pick it up at Dover Brake, Route 250 in Strasburg, online at DoverBrakeInc.com.
Liberty leading Claymont 25-7. The Mustangs getting on the scoreboard on the touchdown pass from Carson Golick to Drayvon Searcy. If you're joining us on 99.9 WTUZ, we thank you for doing that. And don't forget, coming up after the play-by-play and our post-game show, you've got the Big Z Sports Show post-game style with Adam and Roger and Chris will have all the scores from all the playoff games, coaches' interviews, and more, all brought to you by TMK Valley Propane. The most in-depth coverage, and you'll hear it on 99.9 as well as on WJER 100.9 and AM 1450. So, as you can see, the walk-off allowing Claymont to kick this football off, no doubt, onside kick style from the 45. And now Claymont is going to call for time. Think they want to discuss onside kick strategy at the 6:28 mark. We'll take this opportunity to have Josh Jarvis glance at our other scores, some finals already, including one of these postseason matchups, Josh, that matched a pair of IBC teams.
Yep, Ridgewood final, beating Newcomerstown 28-6. Garraway is now final, beating Mineral Ridge 49-7. We're in the fourth quarter here in our game. Looking at Region 7, we're in the fourth quarter. Strasburg is up 28-14. Also in Division 7, Conotton Valley. A lot of points scored in this game. They are winning 50-34 over Zanesville Rosecrans in the fourth quarter. In another final, Malvern knocks off St. John 34-0.
I had a chance to talk at the radio station this morning with Conotton Valley Director of Athletics, Ed Marsh, and he said, we're going to have to outscore them tonight. And he didn't mean in the literal sense. He just thought there were going to be a lot of points put on the scoreboard. 58-34, that's 92 combined points. And fortunately for the Rockets, they're on the plus side. Here's the onside kick. It's dropped, but then fallen on by one of the special teamers. That's Tyson Watson.
Yeah, Tyson looked like that ball hit him in the foot there and kicked out a little bit, but he was able to corral it in before the Claymont Mustangs were able to get to that football.
Our live video stream coverage being brought to you by great sponsors all across Tuscarawas County. And our special thanks on the video stream end of it tonight to DJ's Welding and Construction, Stepping Stone Crafts and more, Mustang Trucking, and Old Warehouse Ceramics. The Liberty offense back out onto the field. And as talented as they have been, interestingly enough, their offense has not scored in the second half. The snap, the Moody throws it back to the left to Tutwiler, and he gets wrapped up and brought down for a loss of a couple of yards.
Bill, one more score to note. Circleville knocks off Philo, and why that's important is because Indian Valley will host Circleville next week, next Friday night in Janaden.
Okay, I'm going to test you on your knowledge of all things Circleville. What is the big attraction in Circleville every year?
Is it the Pumpkin Festival?
It is the Pumpkin Festival! Yes. Josh Jarvis, everybody. This guy's impressive. Second down and 12. You can get pumpkin burgers. Moody going to keep it right side. Comes across the 35 up to the 39. All kinds of crazy pumpkin fries.
I've never been. I've heard about it. I've heard all sorts of good things about it, but I've never been.
So, after that update. I would think the Pumpkin Festival's probably already come and gone.
Most likely.
A little bit too chilly to be having a Pumpkin Festival in November. And there's often a bitter debate, like they have the biggest pumpkin, but people will say, no, it's actually a gourd. It's not a pumpkin. Don't ask me to differentiate the two. Third down and long for the Leopards. Moody rolling right, acting like he's going to throw it. He does, incomplete.
That was kind of surprising there that they would put the ball in the air, but that certainly works in Claymont's favor. Again, Claymont's got to score 3 times to get back into this football game, but third down, Moody rolls out to the right, throws the ball incomplete, and 4:40 left on the clock.
25-7. Don't forget, after this game comes to a close in our post-game show, the Big Z Sports post-game show with Adam and Chris and Roger. Garcia on to punt the football away. Not a real long kick. It's going to bounce at the 41 of Claymont, roll inside the 40, inside the 35, and all the way down to the 30 before it's down.
Mustangs will take over first and 10, ball on their own 30-yard line.
So, IBC winners tonight in the postseason: Garaway a win, Malvern a win, Ridgewood a win,
Conotton Valley a win.
A good night for the IBC. Does League Commissioner Don Spinell, does he get credit for that?
Oh, I'm sure you would give him all the credit in the world for these IBC wins. No, Don does a really good job. And there's a number of IBC teams that are really good. And in Claymont, now one of them that has made it to the playoffs, they're a force to be reckoned with.
Golick the snap. Rolling left. It's a senior right-handed quarterback. Throws the ball down the field. Incomplete. And while clearly this is not the way you want the season to end, the fact that you flipped it, got 6 wins, got into the playoffs for the first time since maybe these kids' dads were in high school, I mean, it's been a great, great accomplishment for the Mustangs this season.
Yeah, it certainly is. And all the credit to Buddy White and his coaching staff that have really pushed these guys and tried to get them in a position to win football games, and they certainly have done that this year.
Second down and 10. Golick with the snap. Carson looking down the field, throws the ball, and that is picked off. Back in coverage that time. Watson with the pick. I think there's some dispute among the officials about whether or not he actually caught it. They're saying no, not a pick.
The official from the other sideline on Claymont's side is now waving that off after Liberty was celebrating that interception. Claymont's going to get another chance with 3rd and 10.
And I've talked to a number of officials over the years, basketball officials, football officials. I can guarantee that guy saw the ball bounce. He's not going to make that call from the opposite side of the field unless he absolutely knows that's what happened. 3rd down and 10. Golick throwing left, completes it across the 30. Jenks spins across the 35 up to the 36-yard line.
And he most likely had the best look at that official from that sideline, because the defender's back was turned to our sideline. So certainly we have the best officials out here right now.
The Mustangs throwing the ball right, pass incomplete, and Liberty will take the ball over on downs.
Yeah, tough break as that football was just thrown a little bit behind the wide receiver there. Looks like he might have been in position to get a first down if he could have made that catch, but just out of his outstretched hands. And as the Mustangs turn the football over.
Now, one of the biggest Indian Valley fans, we mentioned president of your fan club, Tony Lane, had text. I have now got approximately 17 texts from Mark Carroll, who runs the clock for Indian Valley basketball and football. He wanted airtime.
Well, it's because he's got nothing going on today.
Right. His team's not even playing.
He's chomping at the bit to go to another football game, but he's going to get his opportunity
He
next
will.
week.
Settle down. We call him the big guy. He's a big, tall guy. So, big guy, relax. You got your airtime. 1st and 10, Liberty from the 36. And no gain on that play on the handoff. Running from right to left, out of motion that time, Cameron Coleman.
Brought down by McMorrow.
One of Mark's multiple talents, in addition to running the clocks at Indian Valley, he sells cars at one of the Parkway locations, but he makes soup when the weather gets chilly. And it's outstanding soup, but he hasn't given me any soup in about 2 years. I'm plugging his soup-making abilities. He's kind of like the T-County version of the Soup Nazi. No soup for you. Mark Carroll, everybody. 2nd down and 10. The handoff. Tutwiler running left. Inside the 35 down to the 31. Bringing up 3rd down and 5.
Well, certainly if you haven't gotten soup in the past couple years, then you must have not followed the rules when you were supposed to go get that soup.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the issue is, but right now that sounds good. Hot soup.
Temperature has dropped out here a little bit.
It does. Bryce from Claxon Communications possibly suffering some type of frostbite. We're not exactly sure. It might help him not to have frostbite if he wasn't drinking that 38-ounce Mountain Dew, which is ice cold. 3rd down and 5. Moody keeping the ball around the left end, fights his way inside the 30 down to the 29, but he'll be shy of the 1st down the clock. Now showing 2:08 and counting.
That was a really heads-up play by Moody there as he was running to the sideline and could have ran out of bounds without getting any contact, but cut it back inside to keep that clock moving as we just move under 2 minutes here.
So they will take all the time in the world, and probably you'll see either Moody keep the ball or hand it off to Tutwiler. Probably nothing too fancy. They don't want to get anybody hurt. They're advancing to week 2 of the postseason, week 12 overall of the season. And it is Moody keeping it running right. He's got the 1st down and more all the way down to the 10-yard line. Depending exactly on where they spot it, it will be 1st and goal.
And I know Claymont does have 2 timeouts left, but with 1:23 left in the game, Liberty should be able to just knee the football here and run this clock out.
And the football just inside the 10-yard line. You know, you brought this up significantly earlier in the game as the clock slips under a minute to play. It's very interesting that they don't have a play clock here.
Yeah, pretty much every school we go to has a play clock nowadays.
Yeah,
but
big schools, small schools. They hand it off to Tutwiler. He's trying to sweep right, but he's tracked down. He tried to get around that right edge. And
Stop by Edwards on the play.
they may have to run one more play. But Liberty going to end a great season for Claymont as the Mustangs fall on the road right now, 25-7 with 25 seconds to play in this game. The Liberty players clapping on the field, and I'm not even sure that they have to run one more play. They're going to come up to the line of scrimmage. Underneath center is Tyson Watson. He's taken a couple of direct snaps and under center snaps tonight. He'll take the snap and take a knee, and that will indeed bring this game to a close. Claymont's outstanding rebound season in 2025 has come to a close. Liberty a winner tonight, downing the Mustangs 25-7 with Big Z Sports. and the sports voice of the Valley.
We invite you to discover Keim Home Center in Charm, Ohio. Keim is your destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. From renovation and building projects to custom millwork needs, our team of experts work with both homeowners and professionals to bring your vision to life. Visit Keim Home Center in Charm or online at keimhome.com. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
Stepping Stone Crafts and More, located on Macaulay Drive in Uhrichsville, has everything you need to decorate your home or office for any season throughout the year. Stepping Stone is filled wall to wall with handmade crafts, candles, and more. Plus, when the weather gets better, Stepping Stone expands their selection with a variety of outdoor decor. To see all they offer, stop by 1745 Water Street in Uhrichsville or find Stepping Stone Crafts and More on Facebook.
Hi, this is Zarek with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. How healthy is the air you breathe? When air quality outside is bad, you can breathe easy inside your home with air purifiers, high-quality air filtration, and other fine products from Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are your local trained comfort specialists in downtown Dover, providing 24-hour emergency service since 1981. For all your home comfort needs, call us at 330-343-5511. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Begin your transformational experience at Kent State University at Tuscarawas, where you will feel a sense of purpose, community, and belonging. Create your own path and choose from 30 bachelor's, associate, and certificate programs. Kent State Tuscarawas is home to 8 USCAA Division II men's and women's athletic teams, 19 active student clubs and organizations, and a community dedicated to helping you succeed in achieving your educational goals. Stay close to home and spend less at Kent State Tuscarawas. You belong here.
When something breaks, bends, or just needs built right, call the pros at DJ's Weld and Construction. From precision machining to all welding repairs, they handle aluminum, steel, and cast. No job too big or too small. Need it done fast and done right? Call 330-432-2206 today and find out how DJ's Weld and Construction can help you. DJ's Weld and Construction, quality craftsmanship, dependable service, and a proud supporter of Claymont Athletics.
Looking for a team you can count on? Mustang Trucking in Uhrichsville is proud to keep America moving mile after mile. Family-owned and community-driven, Mustang Trucking stands behind the values of hard work, dedication, and teamwork, just like the Claymont Mustangs. Proud supporters of Claymont Athletics and the incredible student-athletes who give it their all on and off the field. From the road to the scoreboard, go Mustangs. Mustang Trucking, driven by pride, fueled by community.
The post-game show with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley, Claymont falling to Liberty 25-7. And certainly Claymont started off this game well, Josh, but they had an opportunity early in the game with the ball inside the 10-yard line where they couldn't capitalize, and that's really where the momentum seemed to swing.
Yeah, if they could have got the ball in that end zone and started up 7-0, who knows how this game would have went. But certainly they shouldn't hang their heads. I mean, they had a great season coming from where they were last year and in the few previous years. They did a tremendous job. They made it to the playoffs for the first time in a long time. Obviously, the game kind of slipped away from them there in that second quarter as they went down 18-0. But here in the second half, they only gave up one score, and they scored themselves. So a lot to hold their heads up high about. Certainly it's a disappointing loss if you're a Mustang fan, but the future looks bright.
And we congratulate our Subway player of the game, Jackson Jinks. He had a big return in the game and had a number of big catches offensively as well. Jackson Jinks, our Subway player of the game. We'll take one final timeout. We'll see if Ryan McClellan can catch up with head coach Buddy White, the Claymont alum, and we'll come back and tell you more and then send you to the Big Z Sports post-game show as they give you all the scores from all the games across the Valley, coaches, interviews, and more. That's coming right up with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
The Fraternal Order of Eagles is an international nonprofit organization uniting fraternally in the spirit of liberty, truth, justice, and equality to make human life more desirable by lessening its ills and promoting peace, prosperity, gladness, and hope. Locally, the Uhrichsville Eagles is a proud supporter of not only local school districts, but also local police and fire departments. To learn more about the Uhrichsville Eagles, they invite you to stop by and see how they are truly people helping people.
Putting community first since 1933. FNB Denison. Technology is our closest branch, a legacy of looking forward. Growing with you today for a better tomorrow. Putting community first since 1933. FNB Denison.
Family owned and operated for more than 50 years, Dover Brake specializes in sales and service of everything involving automotive and heavy-duty brakes, along with a vast selection of truck parts and accessories. They also offer alignment, custom U-bolt bending, industrial sandblasting, bonding, and more. And now, you can find the parts you're searching for with a complete in-store inventory updated regularly at DoverBrakeInc.com. Safely shop and pay online and have your purchase delivered, or pick it up at Dover Brake, Route 250 in Strasburg, online at DoverBrakeInc.com.
Success on the football field takes more than just talent. It takes teamwork. Nathan and Don Kemp, along with the entire team at Kemp Insurance, bring that same team-first mentality to protecting what matters most to you. From auto and home to farm, business, and life, Kemp Insurance delivers an all-star lineup of coverage. For over 35 years, they've been your hometown agents on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Kemp Insurance, protecting your future, one play at a time.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
Without a sense of caring, there can be no sense of community. We work hard to create service that fits your lifestyle, offering budget billing, scheduled deliveries, or prepaid programs. Call us today. Find out how we can serve you.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
Hungry for something fresh? Your local Subway restaurants are serving up exactly what you crave. Made-to-order sandwiches, wraps, and salads piled high with your favorite fresh ingredients. Whether you're fueling up for the big game or grabbing dinner on the go, Subway has the flavor you love and the choices you want. So stop in today and taste the difference at Subway. Subway, eat fresh. Proud sponsor of tonight's Player of the Game.
Bringing our post-game show to a close, Claymont seeing their great rebound season in 2025 ending as they fall in the opening round of the playoffs. Liberty knocks off the Mustangs 25-7. Hey, don't forget our Big Z Sports post-game show coming up as Chris, along with Roger and Adam, get you up to date on all the other playoff scores tonight, what will be happening in Week 12, which is Week 2 of the playoffs. We appreciate you watching and listening tonight. Thanks to the Claxon Communications crew, my color analyst, Josh Jarvis, our sideline reporter, Ryan Hollywood McClellan, and most of all, thank you for listening and watching. The final score one more time. Liberty knocks off Claymont 25-7, the Big Z Sports Show. Coming up next, I'm Bill Morgan, and I'll see you at a game.
Thanks for watching this Claxon Communications production of High School Sports on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. For the latest news and scores, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter at @Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. Don't miss any of the live stream coverage all season long by simply subscribing for free to Big Z Sports on our YouTube channel. For the best in high school sports coverage, there is only one Big Z Sports.